Hello. Welcome to Blood Bowl.
Evening, sports fans.
I'm Mark, your commissioner. This is the Angbar Bluetooth's coach. How's your season been?
Well, it started off a little bit rocky. A couple of 1-1 draws to begin with. But we, got up a bit of speed. We started smashing people, and won the division. Didn't expect to do that. I went on to win the Southern Final, so I was absolutely chuffed to bits. But yeah, just got to concentrate, staying in the game now.
Well, you're through to the round of 16.
That's right.
Which is better than what you said for me. So
unlucky.
My Nurgle did not make it, as hard as I tried.
You took a bit of a hammering over the course of a few games, I think, didn't you?
Yeah, they couldn't make it. So today we're at the Seven Dials, the London Wargaming Guild, which is our spiritual home. We're here most Mondays. We play loads of Blood Bowl. The DBL is finishing up this season. We're in the Knockouts, but we'll be opening our ladder up soon. If anyone wants to learn to play Blood Bowl in London, just come and give us a shout. But today we've got a round of 16 match between Cyberty White Live, who are an Undead team. We'll go through rosters in a minute, and against the Sintra Zealots, the Dark Elf team. It's North versus West. So who do you think's favourites of this one?
Well, I think that it could go either way. Obviously, you've got the very experienced player in Jim with his Undead. And we've got a relatively new coach with the Dark Elves, but this is a dice game. I'm not going to pin my my hopes on either team at the moment.
You never know.
Yeah. Plus, I'm very neutral in this game.
Yes.
All I want to see is a good clean fight. Not clean fight, sorry, a good fight. Bloody fight.
A good bloody fight. As long as the West lose.
I'd kind of like the West to lose. Did I say that? I didn't. No.
So, what do we need to tell you? The Capital White Live, the Undead team, they finished second in their division, which means they didn't get the chance to go for a trophy. However, they've smashed their way through the round of 32 against Ollie's Ogre and Out and Ogre team. And then the Sintra Zealots, on the other hand, actually managed to knock out. They finished third in their division in the West. They managed to knock out the Eastern champion, well, potentially champion, on their way to the round 16. So they've had a much tougher ride. But this game now, both teams have to try and make their way past very tough teams. It's going to be really tight, close one, I think. So we shall. Anything else to say? I don't think so. So we'll just go straight in.
Yes.
We'll set up the live. Okay. Let's make sure it's in the right round.
That's much better. That Blood Bowl pitch is much sexier than our faces.
Sorry, the camera on the laptop isn't as good as the camera we have. Maybe we'll look at number one in the future, but for now. Wait, what have we got? This is a test stream. So we did a test stream on Thursday, just to really see how it will go together, how to do it. We didn't do any intro, just run it in. We had a bit of extra tools, a few extra things coming in that we don't use now. So the camera's actually lifted properly. This light. So
looks like the flip the kick and the slap to away are going to kick in his first drive.
Things. What weapon do we give you guys? They're very easy games.
Yeah. They are focused.
Okay, so let's look at the team sheet. So using skills. Before they kick off, ask them which is which. Any of the guys are actually if there's any audio issues or anything. I'm having a bit of weird feedback in my ear right now. I will try. I don't know, we've got two plugged in. Is that anybody?
Well, these guys set up. We have a couple more games that are being played if you're following the DBL. We've got Karma Chameleon facing off against the ANN, the Alkeys. And it's they've been playing for a few turns now. Lizards being told that Count Dooku's got the ball. Lizards smashed through the centre of the Vamps line and have almost got to within scoring distance, but the Vamps managed to get back and defend. Okay. Couple of different misses to the Vamps getting the ball back. And now Lizards got to really get as many players forward to try and stop the Vamps counter-attacking. Over in the other corner, we've got the Expended Dwarves and the Shiver Hermits, which could be a bit of a crazy game. You've got the Hermits who are always a bit of a wild card, and then you've got a Death Roll on the other side of the pitch, so it could be a lot of fun. Back to this match, the weather has changed. It's chilly here. That is quite a catch.
Quite a catch. Okay. What you guys carrying? What is doing which?
Some good skills down both sides.
Team sheet. Ball's just been kicked to the halfway line. Very kick, and Elves jumped up, grabbed two tackle zones.
Impressive.
We're actually quite away here, I think. We can chat tactics.
Yes. So there's a couple of tackle on the Slappy White team, which may give them an advantage on how many dodge skills are on the Dark Elf team. Usually that's one of the first level up to the Dark Elf sisters to get dodge.
Okay, team sheets up. So we've got the two mummies who both have guard. We've got two whites, one with tackle, one with might blow. There is a four ghouls. One of them has short hands and tackle. There's one with block, one with wrestle, and then there's a box standard new recruit ghoul. And then we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 zombies. Pretty tasty. So tackle, one tackle, two tackles, sorry. Lodger, wrestler, very nice. And then there is three rerolls. Fan factor of 6, one cheerleader, which is useful. And team value of 14, 30. A little bit of cancelling out dodging.
Yes, a little bit. Shall I go through the results? We've got a total of 4 blitzes on the pitch, and 6 line elves. One of the line elves is a kicker, one of them's got guard, and as for the blitzers, we've got all of us starting with block. 3 of them are blodgers, and 2 of them have got a third skill. One of them is tackle, and one of them is leap. So it could be a few cage breaking situations with that leap. And finally we've got that sexy witch elf, who has the regular jump up, frenzy and dodge, but also wrestle. Also a good ball carrier, attacker. I was going to say ball attacker, but that didn't sound natural.
Team value.
Team value here is 13-17. So technically the underdogs.
Okay, difference.
I see. Yeah, he's. I see. Only 3 rerolls on the roster. 7 fan factor. No coaching staff or cheerleaders. I think that's a trend that I've seen in the DBL. Just to go with one cheerleader and one assistant coach. Yeah. You got the money.
I don't have the money.
Can be a bit of a point sink, it just adds a bit to your team value, but can give you the edge on those 2 kick-off table results. Seeing some ball action already. Looks like what do you think the Elves do here? Move it into a sort of safe position? That's probably a wise choice. But they're in a decent position. They've knocked down all 3 guys in the line of scrimmage. Oh.
Did you roll?
Ooh.
So you went re-roll for the... Sorry, bait. You want to put the counter on buddy. Sorry, can't see counter.
They are disposable.
You do disposable.
It's one of the things I find as my team value grows, I find it harder to make the decisions as who goes on the line of scrimmage when you're kicking. I mean, usually as an all player, I've only got one line on the pitch. Just one on the pitch usually. I think that's the thing. All my Blackhawks have got quite high skills, so it's. I'm reluctant to do it. I put the troll on them most of the time. Casey makes himself anyway.
Okay. We're going to try a quick audio change. So let's use... Choose this one. How?
No, it's hard to get right or something.
I focus so much on
Okay.
So we're trying now with one speaker, so we've only got one headset. We're just going to try it. I'm going to remove this one.
Yeah, if anybody's on the WhatsApp, do let us know what it's like. Can you hear both of us?
Please do. Sorry guys, the audio is not too great. Control. Okay. So now we've only got one input. We've got the mic. The camera picks up some audio as well, so you should be able to hear a bit what the guys are saying as they're playing. So. shows a blitzer on the left flank. Looks like the white got him down. Didn't break his armour though. So what did you get up to this weekend, mate? Anything good? Any Blood Bowl?
No Blood Bowl at all.
Neither did I.
I was doing a bit of work. Boring. I did pick up the latest White Dwarf though, and having a bit of a nose in there.
You're excited for Monday, aren't you?
Certainly am. I think it used to be a bit of a 40k, but I think I'm all about the box games, the specialist games now.
So much easier to do. Yeah, I quite like the look of Shadespire. Shadespire looks really good.
It does. I'll give you that. I think we spoke about this before. I think we said, well, I certainly said it looks amazing and it looks like a lot of fun, very competitive kind of game.
It's a real mix between Blood Bowl in a way, in how the dice work, and X-Wing, if you've ever played that.
I've not, no.
With the cards, so it's quite similar. It's like a mixture of the two things. It looks fun. I haven't played it yet, but it looks good. Anyway, let's get back into this. So
one of those undead bishop things of just...
I think they pushed up. They managed to get one player down, one of the blitzers on the left flank, but not stunned. Got up some players, repositioned. Nothing undoing to. So
the ball's pretty safe at the moment for the Dark Elves. Let's see where they move it.
Yeah. So Jimbo, he beat. So he had a Chaos Dwarf team in his league, or in his division. Sorry, Chaos Dwarf team, the Steelers, a Dark Elf team who are called the Fondlers, and then Rory, who is the Northern champion. He managed to win the Northern final. So quite a tough division. I think that they drew one game, the two of them, and then Rory managed to beat him, which allowed him to come top in his division. But then Jimbo smashed the other two, so 4 victories. Second overall, just couldn't quite beat the Elves. It was quite one of them crazy games. I think it finished 3-2. Really last minute score by the Mariners, the High Elf team, to snatch the division basically.
Kin Elves.
Yeah, exactly. So he's probably hoping for a repeat, because last year Jimbo used the old school Eagles, a human team, and was knocked out. Well, sorry, he was denied a trophy, denied the Western Trophy by the Clarkeron Cleavers, which is a Dark Elf team that Phil used to use, due to shenanigans, silly elf dice, balls being thrown 12 squares directly to the only Dark Elf standing, who then went and ran and scored. So, bit bitter. There's a bit of feud between him and the Dark Elves, I believe.
Dark Elves look to be trying to opening up another flank here on the right hand side.
Yeah,
keep their options open.
The flank's closest to us. So Sam's right flank. It's good. It's quite thin, that side, and they are fast.
Well, they're the slowest of the Elves, but they're still pretty quick.
Quicker than Nurgle. And all.
Everything's quicker than Nurgle.
I love them, but they are rubbish.
I did spot that my next opponent, who's also an Orc player, has got a Movement 7 Blitzer. A Movement 7 Blodger, no less.
Yeah, the Bandits have got some serious blitzers. That's where all the SPP are. There's no SPP anywhere else.
That's it. It's quite different from my team in that all his SPPs on his blitzers and all mine's on my Black Hawks. So a bit of a contrast.
Because yours keep scoring.
They do. They're quite good at catching free balls and then running it in.
Stories of legend. Okay, so the tackle lineman's moving up slightly. The ball's not moving too far. Shifting to the middle. No real contact. Looks like the lineman's going to hit that last zombie who's standing there.
We've got a double skull situation.
Double skull. That's a fine turnover. But the elf is okay.
Yeah.
Can the whites capitalise?
Ball is still sat out in the back. Relatively safe.
Close to the line. Not moved forward yet. The Elves don't need to yet. But that was a terrifying one.
If the Whites could break through here, possibly, I don't think they're going to blitz the ball carrier, but they could potentially get some bodies around the ball.
Right, we're back, sorry. Okay. So what are the Undead doing? Additionally, please leave comments. We're looking for feedback. This is totally a test. We don't do this. This isn't our jobs. We're kind of doing it for the love of it. Mainly it's for the guys in the division to watch the games, because I usually commentate. I've got a little video about why we're doing this and what the reasons are. And the WhatsApp can be pretty strenuous, and this is actually a pretty easy game in comparison to texting. But give us any feedback. If you've got any issues with it, let us know. We're trying our best to deal with issues as they come along. But in terms of the audio, we're not quite fixed up just yet, but we'll look to sorting that out for the next stream next week, where it'll be you.
Yeah, me and the hammer.
Yeah, we're orcs on orcs.
Yes, and we all know how that can go.
There's not going to be many touchdowns.
No.
Which we love,
no,
but we're going to have very many.
It's going to be a smash fest.
Yeah. So the lineman's been knocked down. The kicker's been knocked down, but still no armor breaks by the looks of it. The mummy's getting involved. The mummy's gone into the mix.
Yeah. The Undead here are moving kind of tight into the elfin front line.
Let's go talk to Sam, see how he's feeling. Into play. This is what they do on BT Sport. How are you feeling, Sam? You feeling confident?
It's not gone too bad. I've had a couple of double skulls, but it's we've still got the ball. I was worried when it landed on the guy on the LOS. Thought it was going to get smashed in the face before he had a chance to get rid of it. But
you were more wanting a touchback, really.
Yeah, well, it had two scatters and it didn't. Well, one and it landed on the guy, but caught it on a 6. I won't complain about the 6.
Was it that re-roll was needed, because otherwise your ball would have been?
Yeah, it was first
on the
roll,
line.
first roll of the game. Double both down. But
we've still got 2 re-rolls left, so it's not horrific.
Yeah, it's not. I haven't lost any players yet. Probably have to start to disengage next turn and bit tight in. But I've got time. Got time between turn 2.
Alright, well there you go.
Alright.
Thank you very much.
Cheers.
Okay, so something's coming in to hit here. It is indeed one of the whites is hit. One of the blitzers, that must be the dodge blitzer. The ball is there's no whites on the ball.
Just an update on our other DBL games this evening.
Yes.
Very slow and steady over there with the Hermits and the Expended Dwarves. They're just rolling across the pitch at a very sort of steady speed.
Lackadaisical.
You could say that, Mark, yes.
Jerome's waiting to hit him with a sledgehammer.
I think so. He's got something coming.
Frog-shaped sledgehammer.
Exactly. Webbed.
He's always ready.
With webbed hands.
Jerome's all about the 1-0 wins now.
Yeah, that's it.
That's all he's about. How are we doing in our other matches down here, the Alkies game?
Well, in the Alkies game, it's changed over really. The Lizards sort of broke through initially, got it into scoring distance, and then the Vamps rescued it, and are now pushing back through the centre.
Okay.
So there's a Vamp who's just moved beyond the halfway line.
Who's got the ball?
There's no one else in the defensive position, and he's got a thrall next to him to chew on if he needs it.
Okay, so it could be home free unless he rolls lots of ones.
That's right.
Okay, and then in our ladder game, we've got Tom who's playing George. It's humans versus halflings, I think.
Yeah, interesting matchup.
Yeah. This is not a league game, just a bit of fun. So we do have ladder matches as well. We haven't had one since the league started, to be fair, but it's just a way to develop teams. So them guys are having a smash. George was knocked out with the halflings, and I think Tom's still in it with the Scarabs, isn't he? So he's still in there with Kemri. I think he's got a game next Monday, so we'll keep you up to date with that. Alright, let's get back to this. So top of turn 3 for the Zealots.
Zombie foul, got caught, but KO'd
an elf. So there was a foul there. Zombie fouling an elf, knocked him out, leading to a turnover, but a worthwhile one, I think. So the Elves are down to 10 men.
10 men. Well, has he got a babe? Is that right?
Yeah, the Zealots have a babe.
So he's got a fair chance of him coming back.
A 2 in 3 chance.
You might say that.
You'll probably hear a lot more noise coming from the stunty table.
Yeah, I think things are slightly more relaxed over there with it being a ladder game.
No stress.
No pressure.
It's interesting how the league section of the DBL is quite chill, very relaxed. And the moment it gets out of it, it goes to the knockouts.
That's it.
Because the stress factor goes up to.
Because you know beyond that point, if you lose, then you get to play anymore. But if you're in your group stages, at least you've got another game to try and do better.
It's more about the development in the league section with 6 games, and then the stress begins.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, essentially you say goodbye to the team that you've been levelling up in these past games.
The Zealots coach is having a think. Moving up the tackle lineman there. Just past the line of scrimmage. Ball's still at the back.
He's just based a white, and I think he's going to go for the blitz with another guy. Got the pow.
There goes the white. That's one of the blodging blitzers. Not following up. Where is he? He's thinking about it. He's not. There's no injury on him. So he's continuing to move slightly. Cool. Thanks, Ollie.
Yeah, thanks for the feedback.
At least someone's on the ball.
That's another zombie going down in the centre. Armour safe.
Just going to try and sort out the delay. It's all good now. I think it's mainly a streaming issue. When it's live, it tends to just lag a bit. I've had to change the milliseconds that it's delayed a few times, so I've tested it for a while. If it is delaying and lagging, I do apologise, but it's not too bad. We're talking milliseconds. And I think that what happens is when it's streaming, it loses the video alongside the audio, but then when it actually goes back to it later, it's all caught up. So we'll figure it out. Okay.
Elf dodging out, rolls at 1.
Oh dear. Oh dear. So the ball's still safe. The Elf's fine, but they made a diagonal line of Elves there with the ball carrier at the back, and the Witch Elf is just in the right position to stop the blitz on the ball carrier there. I don't know if that's through means or through a bit of luck. luck.
That's it. I mean, elves survive on rolling 2-ups, and when you roll a 1, you really notice it.
Aaron knows that.
Yeah, I believe he has some experience in that area.
What a poor fellow.
So this was our almost a favourite to go on and get to the final. I think he had such a high team value. This was a couple of games ago, and it was like 1600 and something, was it, or even higher probably. And the
most SPPs and the most casualties in the whole league. And yeah, he got knocked out by Jerome. He's playing today. So Jerome's progressed past the Northern. He was the Northern runner-up. He lost out on the trophy, and the next game lost 1-0. Just couldn't get through the slam.
Good news for me, and I'm now on top for casualties.
Whoop, whoop. Woo! Orcs together. Okay. That's what the guys are thinking. Jimbo's still weighing up his moves here. He's trying to work out a way. Touchdown. We have a touchdown. I'm bringing you the latest details. Live. I am also munching a sandwich because I've had no dinner. Okay, Jimbo's still musing about what to do. Move the white forward.
Bit of excitement over there with the Slan dwarf game, the expended dwarves and the hermits. The Slan got into a sort of scoring position. They were home free. They did a go for it twice, and on the second time tripped themselves up. So
it wasn't a touchdown.
It was not a touchdown. It was a knockout, and they've used the Apo to make it a stun.
Ooh, it's a good use of it. If there's a use of it, that's a good use of it.
I think if you're
if there's any dwarves back, if there's no dwarves back, then yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, Jerome. We all want the final to be Jerome versus the Gobshites. Has to be.
Some of us want
Goblins versus Slam. If not that, then obviously you.
Yeah.
You're my third best.
Thank you. me and somebody else from the south.
You're going to get past Rory first. That's going to be the test.
Yeah, exactly. Never played High Elves before.
Down goes I think he's just a standard line. Oh no, he's the blitzer, lodging blitzer. Back he goes. So they're not committing any players into the Zealots half currently. They've still got a solid core in the middle of the pitch. Yep. 3 zombies.
It's early days yet.
And a mummy. Yeah.
We're only on turn 3.
Just make sure we're still charging. So Union Elves, they're your next team if they ever get released.
Yeah, I was sort of hoping they would be released in September, and it looks like it'll be close to Christmas now.
Some Muppet told you something.
I know.
And the Muppet was wrong.
Some badly informed Muppet. Yeah, I think definitely. I think I've always wanted to play an elf team.
It's 0-0 here. Got a sandwich.
But yeah, those onions, those elf unions look pretty hot. I think the models are nice. I think not everybody's a big fan of them. I think most people I talk to like them. Maybe the throwers look a bit strange, but I'm going to paint those bad boys up and they look amazing.
They are winking for the camera.
Oh yeah, the catcher, yeah.
Only there's a lot more variation to them than they let on in the heavy metal ones, so there's more variation for movement of the arms.
A bit more modular.
Yeah, I guess because they're so small in comparison to everything else, they're actually, it's a lot less they have to put onto the sprue. But, who knows? Okay.
So the mummy pushes Dark Elf back into his own half.
I believe he's one of the linemen. Yeah, I think the Union Elves have been around for so long, like the images have been out, everybody's talked himself out of it.
That's it. I think I might be the only one that actually goes through and buys a couple of boxes.
I'm going to buy a box. I just want to paint all the teams.
Yeah, got to catch them all.
Exactly. Except stunty teams, we hate them.
Yes.
Unless he rolls a 1.
So DBL fans, if you didn't hear that, that's the Lizards are in extremely poor luck over on the other side. They have rolled a pretty shitty roll as their second roll 2 turns in a row without any rerolls, and it's gone badly for them. The Vamps are marching into the scoring position with little resistance.
Sucks to be a Lizard. They can move about. They got enough skinks. There's still a lot of guys on the pitch. There's also a lot of vampires left on the pitch. That is not good. Okay, so we are in turn 4 for the Zealots.
Dark Elves wrapping around the left-hand side a little bit, maybe.
He's standing 2 of the blitzers up against the mummy there. I'm wondering if they're going to smash him down potentially.
That's a 2 dice block on the mummy. Gone for the both down.
One of the blitzers, one of
knocking
the
down where he stood.
Knocking him straight down. That's big. This could be big too. No, not enough. Very, very close though. Okay, so Mummy's down on the line. Maybe a bit sacrificial, but he's going to be able to get up. I think Mummy's a movement 3, so he can only get up. That's all he can do.
I think that's right.
Yeah.
Love playing Undead online.
You play them online, do you?
Yeah, a fair bit. I think I was just against my games with Alex, one of the fellow DBLers, and I got quite a nice level up the other day. Strength 6 mummy, nothing to be sniffed at. Yeah.
Too late.
Couldn't resist.
This is the thing. I've been playing Nurgle online all year in practice. It's not been good. It's not been fun. But I think I did very well with them because of it. Yeah. But I found my mega. I couldn't get any further. My team got crippled in this season. I had 3 warriors die on me. I had 3 pet rotters die, which is fine.
They're there to die.
They're there to die. But overall, it was just all my SVP players were dying, and that just left me sore. Yeah, and I had to play a dwarf team that had 4 guarders. It was just brutal. It was brutal. Did my best, but couldn't go through for the East. And all the East have been eliminated. Well, the whole Eastern Conference has been eliminated. Only one person got through to the round of 16, and he's been eliminated. So nobody through to the quarters. It's an embarrassment for the Eastern Division. But you know, we're easy game. We don't care.
Yeah, casual.
I'm not hurt at all.
For the viewers that can't see, Mark is crying.
Crying tears of despair.
So the Elves are still trying to find a way through. Ball carrier still sat there at the back.
Yep. Here comes a dodge. Dodges away. Gets out of danger there. So the ball's still not moved. It's been there for 3 turns.
Yeah.
Is it going to be there for another?
I see an explosive power play coming up.
Well, at the end of the day, really, the Zealots don't need to score. The longer that they don't score, the more likely they are to stop the Whites scoring in the second half.
Yeah, exactly.
Because the Whites will need to score. I think they need 3 turns at least, really, to score a touchdown.
Exactly.
So the longer that the Zealots can deny it, the better.
It's all about pacing the game with bash teams. You've got to know when you've got to go in hard. You've got to try and score. Count those squares.
Always going hard.
Always going hard. Sounds like the West.
Sounds like the Western thing to say, yeah. And so ball carriers move backwards.
Looks like the players are going to have a bit of a pint break here. I'm going to go and get the news from the other games.
That is definitely time for a break. Okay, we are back. The gentlemen need a little girls' room, and they've got some beer. I'll leave you with James. Do you want to drink?
Yes. Oh yeah. Actually, no. I need to get. Oh, he's got one. So yeah, thanks, mate. So yeah, just to report the action in the other games that we've got this evening. The Vamps, the ANN versus the Chameleons. The Vamps are now 1-up. They managed to break free, and then through sort of sheer bad luck, the Lizards just kept turning over and couldn't get any men back. So Vamps were quite comfortable in their touchdown, except for a little bloodlust at the end. But fortunately, the Vamp had a thrall right next to him, so he could have a bit of a snack on the touchdown on the end zone. So the players are back for their pints now. And it's the Undead turn, and they're just having a think about what move to take. It's my pick, is it? It's decent. Yeah, it's good.
Looks similar to what they were doing at the UK Grand Tournament of 40k last year.
Oh yeah.
So they had a Warhammer community table there, stuff about Warhammer colours, and they were doing commentary on some of the 40k games. And then people were actually commentating live, and everyone's typing stuff up too.
Oh yeah, note taking. I think it'd be nice if we had like a dice cam as well.
You need to get people to roll in the trade, don't you?
Yeah, dice tower, yeah. And then a face cam so you can see people's faces when they're on screens.
Dice, 3 players. How you get on?
Okay, we've got a blitz from the Slappity Whites. The White has just blitzed down a Dark Elf. Goes both down. White's got block, and the Dark Elf's down, but his armor's fine. Undead knocked down another Dark Elf. We've got a lot of players in base-to-base contact at the moment. There's quite a thin line going across the pitch. Armor safe. Is that turn 5 Sintra Zealots? Thanks, mate. Ball carrier still sat at the back there. Which way is he going to go?
Back.
Alright, Sintra Zealots.
So the Alkies have scored. I don't know if we mentioned that on the chat, but yes, it is 1-0 to the Alkies. A turnover touchdown. The Alkies have taken possession of the ball from the Chameleons and scored on the final turn, but they did need to do a bloodlust to run it in. So,
well, he's really having his cake and eating it there, isn't he?
Exactly. So it's very likely that the Alkies can go through. So the Chameleons need to score, need to get the ball off them and score, which is easier said than done.
Yeah, turning those vamps over is going to be tricky, I think.
They have a cased skink, and the Alkies have not had a single injury. So yeah, they're looking strong. The vamps looking strong. Still a scrum on the line here, aren't we? The ball's moved to the right flank. I hope you can see that, guys.
Yes, the yellow band one you can see closest to the bottom of the screen. It's the ball carrier.
Yeah.
It's a knockdown of a white. Oh, he's absolutely smashed him.
That's break for armour.
Just a stun.
That's huge. Which white's that one?
Mighty Blow White.
Mighty Blow White's been stunned. Just updating scores, so it is still 0-0 between the Whites here and the Zealots. But we have a one single touchdown so far today. The Alkies, they are leading 1-0 against the Chameleons. So the West is still on course to lock out the entire entire quarterfinals with a Western player in every single match. Will it happen? They've eliminated the entire East, so stranger things could happen. And it's still 0-0 between the Slan and the Dwarves in our other round of 16 match.
Yeah, the Slan match is an interesting one. After an early sort of burst of speed by one of the catchers, he GFI'd twice and went down, and the Dwarves were able to recover it, and they're slowly sort of trying to move it back up the pitch, but the moment the ball is on the floor, it's free.
It's not a place for your balls to be, really.
No, I like my balls intact.
I like them in a nice pouch. Safe from the world. Not maniacs on the Blood Bowl pitch. So I think the turn's coming to an end here, turn 5. So he's going for the dodge, past it, the normal lineman away from the goal, and that's it.
Yeah, so the shape of the game is changing a little bit. So you've got the Elves moving to the right-hand side. They've got a little bit more space than they had.
Still in their half though, ball's not left the half. And they've got 3 turns left.
I used another reroll as well.
Another reroll down. So the Zealots have got a reroll down.
1 reroll left.
What was it you used on?
Knock down on the white, which got me a stun.
Right, so knocking down. So knocking down that, stunning that white came at a cost.
In contact with the screen, so cleared it off.
It could make the difference though. We'll see if it's worth it.
Is it worth it? With Spike. No, it's L'Oreal. I can't say that. Look. No, it can't be L'Oreal. It's... My brain's... I can't think of anything.
Interesting sponsor names on a postcard, please.
Yeah. Okay, so Mummy's moved in. Boxing in the ball there.
Yeah, they've got to respond now. What are they going to do?
Interestingly, there are 3 Elves in the end zone, or sorry, in the other half. So let's see what Jimbo does with those 3 guys. With 1 zombie onto him.
There's a bit of flinging action over in the friendly. One of the trees threw a halfling, and it managed to hit the only halfling in the sort of near the end zone, and so that halfling got knocked out, and then the other halfling who was thrown got stunned. So not looking great.
It's the best way to play Blood Bowl. It really accuses me of being a stunty hater, but I'm not.
I'm kind of afraid of the stunties, to be honest.
I would be.
They're such an underdog that if you lose, you know, you'll be the laughing stock.
Yeah. Well, the Gobshites, the Goblin team that played on Thursday, are definitely not an underdog. They are scary.
Yeah.
2 agility, 4 blodgers. Dodgers. But stunty.
Stunty
scary.
dodgers. Yeah.
They were just dodging and dancing around those necromantic on Thursday.
Yeah, you don't want to spill balls when they're on the pitch.
So White's still musing about where to go. Trying to tie up players. There's a goal. I think there's still 3 goals in reserve.
That's a nice bench to have, isn't it? Bench is much more common to bashy teams who can sort of withstand a campaign without losing too many players.
So the goal's gone on the blitz there. Knocked down the lineman. There's no arm breaks. We've only had 1 knocked out so far for the Elves.
Yeah, it's not been a particularly bloody evening as far as the games have gone.
Not yet. There's always time.
There's plenty of time.
I'm sure a few Slan will die.
Three of the Slan are knocked out anyway.
Oh dear. There's another lineman, but no armor break again. So Undead hitting, not hurting.
Pillow fisting.
Yes. We have had a touchdown for the humans.
Yeah, it looks like Tom's human catcher scored. The Stormdorf Saints. Seeing their first bit of action in the ladder. Despite Tom's not out yet though, is he? He's got a game. Maybe is it this week or next?
Oh, we got an armor break here. Down goes a blitzer. Oh, so that knocks him out.
That's another KO.
How did this guy get knocked out? So yeah, there was the stamp, and that blitz has just been broken. First armor break. He is knocked out. So yeah, the Tom is still in the division. Still in the knockouts with the Kemri.
Yes, Scarabs. Yes.
He is playing against the Copshites.
Yeah, that's like polar opposites, isn't it?
Tough game for them. I think the Kemri are real. They'll be underdogs in that one.
Because they're so slow. If they mess up picking the ball up more than once, they're going to be in trouble.
And Hugh is ferocious with the goblins. He doesn't hold back. But sometimes that's the best thing to be. And he's got a lot of reserve players. He's got all the secret weapons bar the Pogoer, so he can wreck them. He could easily wreck them. A few armor breaks, and that's what hurt Mel on Thursday, was just the sheer amount of armor breaks. I think more necromantic died than goblins.
No Pogoer? Thoughts on that?
No Pogoer. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's mainly because he doesn't have the model for it.
Ah, that makes sense.
He makes the swooper work to his advantage, and he does have 2 blodges and 2 agility for goblins, which easily make up for it.
Everybody knows proxying models is for bitches.
Exactly. I've not done it before, I think. Maybe I have.
No, I've never done it.
I've got a goblin team. I may have to proxy a few players at some point, but I'm going to pick them all up.
Having said that, I've just taken on a goblin onto my team. I'm actually borrowing a model off the commish, but it is a goblin model.
Yeah, I need to bring that next week. Remind me.
Yeah.
I might bring the ref model.
Okay, that's fine.
The ref's on the pitch. So, top of turn 6. The Zealots probably need to act this turn. The numerical advantage is reducing. They're down to 9 players against 11. Someone got sent off. Do apologise, against 10. Sent off, knockout for sent off. But he's just a zombie.
I'd like to see a bit of early fouling. The Elves have options here.
Sam's calling it dicey. You probably hear it on the right playback. So this game is a knockout match. How it works is it's a normal game of Blood Bowl. We call it not regular time, but it's like normal time. Two halves of 8 turns, and then if nobody's a winner, if it's still a draw, it goes to extra time, which is 2 mini halves of 4 turns. Extra time, added extra time, which is effectively another half of Blood Bowl. And if there is still not a winner, we go into the lottery that we call penalties, and we will not go into what that means until it happens. But it's been brutal. We've had 3 penalty shootouts, and you've been involved.
Really? Yeah, I've been involved in one of them. Yes. So it was the Southern Conference final. So the sort of final between 8 teams, basically. And it was
Division A playing Division B, the top of each division playing each other for a trophy, the Emerald Chalice, which is yours,
which is now in my house. Yeah. It was
for a year.
It was for a year, yeah. I'll give it back. It was an interesting game. It was really long. It ended in pens, and it came down to me saving a reroll and not using it really, and using it to reroll one of my pens. Anyway, back to this game.
So Ghoul's just been knocked down by the Witch Elf. I think on the Frenzy, so the Frenzy got her on the second go. Ghoul's down, moving back as well.
Right,
opened up a lot of space there.
Yeah, the right flank's looking a bit clearer.
This is the issue with Undead, they don't have the time to get back. Where is the cue ball going?
So the cue ball still with the yellow banded player, you can see near the bottom left.
It's a good move now. Probably got the tensest game here, guys.
All my games seem to be that game.
Yeah. That game against the Rams was intense.
Yeah, I was expecting the Rams to go on and get to the final, to be honest. They were. I think they had one of the best starts of anyone, and I think as a Chaos team, a good start goes a long way.
The problem was the SPP was spread across the whole team. It wasn't really focused on anybody, and it wasn't his own fault. He just didn't really think about developing the players. So his Chaos Warriors had no skills apart from maybe block in the game I played him last. The Beastmen had a skill each. All the Gores had like one skill, but if he focused a bit more, he could have got some claw. Because he got some horrific stuff.
That's it.
And he got beaten by Frenzy. In all honesty, beaten by the Frenzy of the Witch Elf. Singular Witch Elf pushed off most of the team. Just positional, bad position play. Just got him beat, really. He didn't quite know what to expect. It was only 1-0 to Sam, but it was one of them games. Blitzer dodging there, nearly fails. No tackle on that particular mummy.
Moves up to
only have guard.
Strengthening that. You wouldn't really call it a cage or a screen, but it's a protective something.
It's doing the job.
We're calling it a bubble here.
It's the pitch side bubble. We're going to make that into a dance. Two linemen there standing next to each other. I think one of them's got the tackle. Yeah, the one with the blue bands, not so visible on this screen. The one with the blue bands at the front, surrounding. They're giving themselves options on the left and right flank here. If it doesn't work out and they can't run it in, then they can pass it over the top. Or wait another turn. They've got the opportunity to wait here.
Yeah, with AG4, passing is always a good last-ditch option.
I think that's what scuppered Aaron really was. He was so far worried about rolling ones, he never wanted to pass the ball. And with Elves, it's always so easy to pass.
And then when he did, the bloody slam intercept it.
Exactly.
We've got long legs and they're much better at it. So.
Alright, so that's the end of the turn. This is a crucial one for Jimbo now, I think. So turn 6 for the Whites is a big turn here.
I think the Whites need to get back in numbers. Can they do it?
Well, the Ghouls are fast. The Whites aren't too slouchy.
Yeah, your Whites are kind of their movement's 6 human blitzers, aren't they?
I'm enjoying my Bretonian Knights.
Oh yeah, they've been delivered then?
No.
You've been playing online though?
Lots. I was last into the order. It's a bit annoying because they're now up on the shop, but they still haven't arrived. I've sent an email. They're supposed to be coming, but
yeah,
it's okay. Loads of time.
The what are they called? The sort of best pieces in your team? Are they Knights or something like that?
Yeah, they're basically blitzers. They're
blitzers,
movement 7 blitzers, but they've got Dauntless and Catch.
Yeah. Because that's the main problem with the team, isn't it? No strength 4 or above.
No, exactly.
But having Dauntless kind of counters that a little bit.
Yeah, it is good. And they also have access to everything other than agility. No, wait, they have access to everything other than... Can't remember what it is now. General, agility, passing. They don't have access to strength. That's what they don't have access to.
So difficult to get guard.
Yes, the blockers can get guard. They get access to strength in general. We've got our one of our coaches here, Dan, who coached the Chaos Dwarf Steelers team. Do you want to say hello?
Hello.
There you go, he says hello.
I quite fancy Chaos Dwarves myself, in a future season maybe.
Another year, if they get some models.
Yeah, that's it. Would recommend or not? He's shaking his head.
Hard team to play. Very hard team.
I don't think they're hard. I think you were just playing them like dwarves. That's what I think. And you're in this guy's division. So.
Centaurs
and
though.
Rory.
Centaurs are difficult to know how to use, like because they've got. You could use them as an expensive Black Hawk really, because they've got strength 4, but their strength is in their mobility.
They need to be your scorers. Ball Centaur. But it's a bit scary when they're catching balls on 4.
That's true. The agility is not good.
I think Jerome's slowly dying over there. I
Yeah,
don't know what's happening.
The Slan coach, Jerome, sounds like he's in pain.
Okay, so defensively the whites are getting set up. They're counting squares, they're counting how far people can move. So everybody's moved back, bar one of the mummies, I think the one that was downed. How are we doing?
You've got a blitz on the kick-off, and then it's a map market ready, and then turn 1, and then I've got to do turn 1, hit a couple of skinks, then run around, and now everyone's just stuck. Someone's trying to hit me, they don't get the block, they don't get moved down, they don't get down, I don't hit the back, but I stand there.
So the Alkies are sort of soaking up the pressure, they've got the ball. It's their second half, they obviously kicked in the first half, they now received, they got the ball, apparently failed to pick up, but Lisbon did get the blitz, but simply failed to get through. So it's looking good for the Vamps, but there's always a chance for a stunty team, or half a stunty team, to get into that cage and mess up the ball carrier. Tough job though. No, Bonehead's just Crocs, Crocscaw's just boneheaded, sorry. Oh, I wasn't watching that game. Okay. Back to here, so Jimbo's still moving players into position. They've pushed one of the linemen. What are you doing? Hang on a moment, I'm going to go check something out. Yeah, Hermits had a chance to score there with their slam, but unfortunately missed the opportunity with a failed dodge. Anyways, so I think it's going to be 0-0 half time there between the Dwarves and the Slam. So we're on the top of turn 7. The Zealots need to get into a scoring position. They nearly are. They probably are with a few players.
Yeah, they've definitely got a few options. There's a lot of players standing.
Yeah. But again, they are outnumbered, but they're making that. It's not noticeable the numbers advantage or disadvantage. Just realised the ball carrier. The ball is currently hidden. Smooth that. No, it's not. Sorry, the scoreboard's covering the ball carrier. That's a bit better. Sorry, he is 4 squares in. On the line, on the edge of the pitch. So there's a lot of undead in their way. Both sides. Got both the mummies standing next to one of the blitzers and the witch elf. And we've also got 2 ghouls and a white standing in front with all the skills. It's going to be tough to get out. But if you can get through, the pass is on and the score's on. I don't think the whites will score in 2 turns.
I don't think so. It'll be tricky. Yeah. The Undead have managed to sort of consolidate though. They've got most of their players in a sort of useful position at least. Moment of thinking.
What's the hopes for the Blue Tooths?
The
Think you'll beat the Bandits, yeah.
I don't know. I think it's an orc on orc team, and I've got a higher team value. So you got to back yourself, haven't you?
It's true. It's a very famous phrase, coined by a certain Navy man.
Yes, Mr. Leopard.
Yeah, I think you've got a good chance against the Bandits, but it's an orc off, and it won't be very high scoring. And if there is you don't want it going to penalties in extra time.
No.
Because then neither of you will score probably, and it will just be a brothel.
Yeah, it's going to be quite luck based. I think it's going to be a lot of block dice results determining how things go.
Yeah. Whoever can roll higher than a 9 and start breaking armor the most will probably do the best. If neither of you do, then it's just going to be a grind all the way through.
Yeah, agreed.
I know he's got a few mighty blow blitzers, so okay, so here we go. Witch Elf's going on the blitz, I believe. Maybe just going for a push. Pushing the ghoul. What's the ghoul with the red band?
Blodge.
So blodging ghoul's been moved twice by the Witch Elf. Thanks to that assist on the backside. Witch Elf's going for a dodge. Dodges away. The Zealots still have a reroll. She's moved deep. Waiting for her mates to catch up.
Well, you guys got tackled, so I'm scary.
That's why we're moving in next to the white there. This is a way through for the ball carrier. Potentially. Looking at it here on the screen. There's one dodge. The ball carries through.
First dodge is good.
We're relying on Dark Elves to roll more than a 1. Anything but 1s here. If they roll 1s, they have a re-roll to back them up, but could be curtains if they roll a 1 here. So the ball carrier is now standing next to the Witch Elf.
Still fairly exposed.
Bottom right of the screen. 3 squares from the end zone. All depends on what happens here now. Any single dice messes up Sam is in serious trouble. But that one has got blodge. That blitzer. I'll double check that.
The ball carrier?
Yeah. He does indeed have blodge, and he has tackle as well.
But there's definitely a few guys on the opposite team that have tackle that are in range.
2 good dodges.
GFI is good to mark the ghoul with tackle.
Yeah.
Oh, a 1 was rolled.
Dodge reroll. It's all good. It gets through. They're broken their way through here.
Yeah, the more dodges they make, the more solidified this position is looking for turn 8.
You managed to get 4 players through here, James.
Yeah. I think that final player that just came in is a real barrier.
Jimbo looks distraught with the phrase "Kin Elves."
Yeah, so I'm going to have to try and demonstrate what you were just saying.
So dodge has been failed, but failed again. So down goes the Lino.
But they're in a good position.
They are in a good position. But that has broken through his armour.
Oh, that's stun.
Stuns him where he is. Could be big. It could be a way for the whites. I can see something, but I can't say right here next to the guys. So you can spot it for yourself.
It's not a done deal.
No, not at all.
And I think even looking to next turn for the Zealots, I think even if the ball carrier gets sacked, it's, you know, it could still end up in a score for the Sindri Zealots for Dark Elves.
2 dice.
It's 1 elf knocked down.
White still have 1 reroll remaining. Down goes the kicker. Kicker's down. It's going to be a crucial piece to get rid of, actually. No, didn't break his arm. Could be very useful for the Elves here, especially if they don't score. Very good to get that ball close to the line when they kick in the second half. And effectively potentially get another scoring opportunity. So if we can get that ball off them before they pick it up, then they'll be in a real good place. Or kick it deep and make it even more difficult for the whites to score.
We've got some Undead backtracking.
White moving back there. Tying up as many players as they can.
Guffaws of laughter coming from the Slam Dwarf game over there.
No stress in that match. That's what we like. Zombie's been moved. Jimbo did not realise that the line elf had guard, so he's now moving, giving him 2 dice. So down he goes. Ghoul's done him in. More elves that die.
Will his
easier it
armour
will be for him in the second half?
Armour's
Yes,
fine.
indeed. Here we go. I see a foul here, I see a foul. Alert.
3. Go for it.
G5 by the mummy. It's good.
He's going for it. He's going for it again. That's a 1.
Last reroll. It's good. This is in for the blitz.
Whoa, so the guard mummy's dodged out. He's in the area.
Gonna be a
Here we
2
go,
dicer.
2 dicer. This is a push. And are both down.
No rerolls left. He's gonna have to take the push.
Yes. So that failed go for it. May just have scuppered the chances there. And that Ghoul had. I'm on the wrong team sheet. That Ghoul had. Dodge and wrestle.
That's it.
Sorry, not wrestle. Dodge and block, because we'd use
Block.
wrestle. We'd use wrestle there. So yeah, the blodging Ghoul. Reroll on the GA5, scuppered the chance here, so potentially. Depends now, it's all down to a dodge, I think. We will bring the scoreboard back up, but it's in the way of all the action right now on this right flank.
It is 0-0.
We can assure you it is 0-0.
We promise.
One turn left each for the coaches in the first half. At least the Whites will get one turn to try and damage some Elves. 4 hits on players, maybe a foul.
Having done the blitz, I think the Slappity Whites just need to make those Elves roll some dice.
And then this guy, punch him,
To the wrestler.
push him to there.
Tough lad, Jimbo.
We're on turn 8, Central Zealots.
Well played, it was that one. That 2 plus failed. Reroll. That was the blodger one, right?
Yeah.
Blodger one. So that was the blodger. Blodger cool. Getting in there, could not do the deeds.
So it's not a done deal for the Dark Elves here. They need to roll some dice to get through.
And they've used their reroll. Jimbo's praying for ones. So is everybody who hates the East. Not the East, the West. Everybody hates the East.
Nobody hates the East. There's none of them left to hate.
Easy wins, right?
So in total, we've got these 4 conferences that started off. We've got 2 North players left.
Indeed, yeah. Jimbo's one of them with the Whites, and his other division buddy, Rory, with the Mariners, who is the Northern champion.
Then we've got something like 7 West players or something like that. There are
8.
Definitely
one Western player in every single round of 16 match.
Oh wow!
There is the potential of a complete Western blockout. They could completely block out the quarterfinals. I mean, blocking out the semi-finals is hard, but blocking out the quarterfinals, that's incredible. But there was 10 of them, so 2 of them have been eliminated.
Okay, first dodge was good for the Dark Elves with the ball carrier. The 2 dice blitz has
There we go.
pushed the
That is a
touchdown. All right,
Is that a score on the blitz? We're talking rubbish. Missed the play. Sorry. But yeah.
So
Blitzing touchdown for the Zealots there.
So there's one more turn in this half for the Slappity Whites, but I don't think they've got a 1-turn touchdown capability. So it looks like they're going down, going into the second half 1-0 down.
They can get a touchdown if they get a riot.
Riot.
If they get an extra turn, they will get an extra turn. They can do it with their movement 7 goals, but they're at their hands of the dice gods there. But it's something that Jimbo probably will do. So
They're an interesting team in that respect, I guess.
I guess it's 1-0 to the Zealots. It's not half time yet.
They got that movement 7 player on a heavy bash team.
Yeah. And with dodge.
Yeah.
And they got one with short hands. No slouches at passing either.
Yes.
That's what Mel had a an issue with his necromantic, is that his ghoul died early on. One of his best ghouls. And one of his flesh golems got injured twice. Missing
That's
2
hard.
games. Yeah.
They got regen, haven't they?
Same with me, I had regen and it did nothing. Nothing for me.
Again, viewers, Mark is crying. I apologise for this.
I really wish I could have done better for the grandpapa.
I think, yeah, to be fair, you got seriously unlucky.
Yeah.
It was harsh. What happened to you?
It was they are a rubbish team, but
Yeah.
who cares? It was fun. Got them now forever. Nigel will die happy.
Who do you think has been the other most abused team in the league apart from
The
you?
Bryce. I think the Blue Bryce, the other guy in my division, was absolutely destroyed.
Is that human team?
Orc team.
Orc team.
Yeah, he had so little players. His team value went down to 670, I think, in one of the games in the Eastern Division B. I was pretty brutalised. I think myself and he was on equal terms with me. Maybe probably Elowen with the breeze, then me myself, and then probably Pete, like third worst hurt.
Pete, yeah, lost to one of his wolves.
Well, lost 2 wolves.
Did he lose both?
Yeah, in the last game.
Ouch.
He got eliminated and lost his star wolf. Yeah, brutalised. And mainly the killing was between me and Elwyn. So me and Elwyn would kill each other. And then leave each other with no hope. It's fun though, right?
Cancel each other out.
Everybody
just cock-blocking each other.
We made it hard stuff in the East. Or not. I don't know which way around.
Soft stuff.
We're really good at hitting things or we're really weak.
Yeah.
We'll be back with vengeance. Piss Mel off now. Mel's going to come for you all.
So, we're looking at a bit of an asymmetrical setup here for the Syndra Zealots. Mummies immediately go on the line where the tightly knit line of scrimmage Dark Elf players are.
The Whites absolutely have to go into operation, kill as many elves as possible now. Yeah, they have to presume they're going to have the ball for the next 8 turns.
There are no knocked out or casualty Dark Elves. I mean, they don't have a bench, but they have all their players on the pitch now. And I think they probably don't have a bench as a result of that early loss of a witch in the first few games of the season.
I can add a turn counter in, but I have to self-update it every single turn, which I will forget to do. But I'll look and see how I can do that better. Maybe I'll pop it in the top corner. In fact, I can probably do it now. How's the game going, mate?
Oh, it's 0-0.
0-0.
It's 0-0 at the start of the second half.
Start the second half, so you stopped the score, but
no, I stopped the score one square away. But
it's the big boy gone off.
The big boy's gone off.
The Death Roller's gone off for the second half. Well,
all 5 of his knocked out guys got back up.
Oh, what was the TV difference? What was his inducements?
He's got an extra lizard now.
Oh, okay.
It's all good.
He's a star player.
It's all good. Don't panic yet.
So you're receiving. Oh, you kicked. Oh, yeah, so the expended dwarves and the expendables kicked in the first half. They got held for 0-0. It looks like Jerome's going to receive now. So the Slan may be in a prime position.
We've already started
with no Death Roller.
His boys though.
You surfed them out.
Surfing them out. They're all getting knocked out as well.
We'll try and get an update from the Alkeys Chameleons match imminently. It looks pretty good for the Vampires, but can't quite see from here. Still waiting to kick off here. Okay, we are back. We have just discovered that one of the whites is actually moving 8. So there was a chance for a 1-turn touchdown here. I don't think that the Zealots are set up to defend for it. So yes, the blodging ghoul number 13 is a moving 8 player, so he needs 3 pushes to potentially score here.
Yeah.
What do you reckon?
I have to eat my words because I said 1 turn's impossible for them, but now it
is possible with 7, but it's very hard.
Yeah, you have to get a lot of good pushes basically. But you can see the Zealot line. It's kind of set up with a big gap just behind those guys on the line of scrimmage.
So set up for the 1-turner. The right would be good for him. Quick snap would be good for him. He's just been saying. So let's see.
What is 12?
We have a pitch invasion which completely screws that up.
Oh my.
So who had the fame in the end? Zealots had the fame. This could be massive. They're stunned, yeah. Anyone else stunned? Would you go down? No. Last player. 1 Dark Elf on the floor. Now the Dark Elves only need 5s and 6s. That's a mummy down. There's another zombie. You should get a few down in retrospect.
I think that 2 players on the line of scrimmage already down, that may make it almost impossible to get the 1-turner.
3 left. I think it's still possible.
Yeah,
that's the big one.
Oh yeah.
The guy who can get the ball.
Unless the ball falls really close.
Well, he's kicked it. It's landed pretty much dead centre.
Scattered better for the whites there, but is it going to be enough?
They're going to have to rely on a zombie. Not a zombie, the white to do it. There's no rerolls for the whites. This is do or die basically.
Yeah. It's a difficult 1-turner.
So they've decided against the hurt. They've decided to stop hurting people.
Okay. The initial blitz to push them back. No, it's too good.
Too good. Power's on.
Well, that's the worst possible dice I think we could have had. Just to continue.
Double power. It's probably the only time you don't want it. All you want is pushes when you're trying to score 1-turn touchdowns, and down goes the elf. Jimo's basically got a hope to just hurt them now. No arm break.
What do you think, Mark? You see this going into extra time?
I do at the moment. It depends what happens with the kick. I think the kick's going to be crucial in the second half.
In the second half, certainly, yeah.
Depends what Sam does with it. If he puts it really far back, then the whites are going to have to go a really long way.
He's still got his kick player on the pitch, of course. Yes, he can position it.
If he puts it close to the line of scrimmage, then it gives him an option to potentially get it before the lights do. But that also gives them, if they can get the ball, it gives them a better opportunity to score. So I'd fancy the grind, the Undead grind against the Dark Elves.
I think I can see that they might grind their way to a 1-1. In extra time, though, can they score in 4 turns? Maybe.
The Undead could do Dark Elves easily.
Dark Elves can do it quite easily.
That's the issue. So it goes to extra time. You'd favour the Dark Elves. So the Undead need to try and stop that if they can.
If they need to remove more players off the pitch.
The more casualties, the better. That's the only way they're going to do well, I think. They just couldn't get through to force the score last half. It's a very difficult thing to do. When we've had a stamp.
Second sending off for the Slappity Whites. It's fairly unlucky. I mean, what is the chance of getting a double in a foul operation?
1 in 36.
1 in 36. So it's not.
Like that, yeah.
So he's been unlucky.
power of the West is shining bright, I think. The damn West.
I think the Whites have got the subs to make up for the 2 sending offs, so they will start with 11 men, I think.
Yep. And that's half time. So the White's been shafted a little bit there. I think that kickoff, the score was unlikely without a re-roll, but still, it's possible. And then that pitch invasion completely stopped it. It was still possible, but even more difficult than it was before. Tough stuff. Tough time to be an Undead. Tough time to be a North fan.
Quick update on the Sylvania A&N Chameleons game. This is the Vampires versus the Lizards. The Vampires went into the second half 1-0 up, and they have been slowly moving the ball up the pitch. Lizards constantly trying to base the ball, but the Vampires always manage to smack them down and move it, the ball carrier slightly further forward. And they're in the Lizards half now, and the amount of Lizards is on the pitch is slowly decreasing, but they are managing to knock a few thralls off the pitch as well.
It's a more of a bloody affair than it was in the first half. The Hermits are receiving now. They'd fancy themselves out of this, I reckon.
I think so.
It's free of South B in the round of 16. So in your division wasn't that much of a slouchy division?
Yeah, we were pretty good at knocking out the northern teams we were paired with in the first round of knockouts.
Easy division to beat, right?
Well, I don't want to. Yeah, kind of. Not one of them. The division of death, North A or North B? I can't remember which one it was.
North B.
North B, containing Jim, who we're watching today with the Slappity White, and then Rory with the High Elves. Both heavyweights of the game.
You missed them, but you had to play their sort of.
Yes, we played the other division, which was not quite as good.
The poor man's North.
Yes.
No offence. All the offence. Pete's learning the game still. He really struggled.
Yeah,
okay.
Quite a lot of new players in that division.
Aaron was very unlucky to finish how he did.
Yeah.
And then George had the halflings, who lost out in the.
That requires no explanation. If you take a stunty team, you're not going to get that far. Apart from the.
You have to believe.
Apart from the gobshites, of course.
Have to believe. Okay. So we are setting up for the second half. I'm going to try and add in.
One walk to start with is normal. Yeah, okay, that's what I thought. Because you end up like.
Try and add in a turn counter.
A golem or a white, and you go, no, they're much more useful. You can only blitz one. You blitz with the one wolf and go, right, the rest of them are solid and just, do what they're supposed to do. The wolves need a little bit of development. And having the 2 frenzy pieces as well.
The players here are discussing the merits of the necromantic team. I think the Cinch Results coach is looking to use them next season. Yep, he's just confirmed that. I've just heard that.
Yeah, necromantic next year for Sam. He's been using them on the PS4 league as well.
They are a nice team. I think the difficulty setting, I guess, is pretty moderate with those, because you've got a couple of frenzy models, and frenzy is difficult to manage sometimes.
Yeah, but then it also, like, Sam's used to it with the frenzy witch elf, so he should be good with it potentially.
Yeah, exactly. He's not coming to it fresh.
He's used to it. What you need to be.
But yeah, having 2 models that are movement 8 claw is insane.
So the ball's gone nowhere. It lands where it lands. Doesn't scatter. Sam doesn't scatter if you're on a 1. Lands where it is. It's rounded down. So the kick lands it bang on where it was meant to. Yeah.
Oh, I did not know that.
That's an 8.
The weather is still nice.
8 cheering fans or something. 8.
Oh, okay. Cheering fans then.
It's one of them. It's either Babe, it's either cheering fans or one of them. Check it.
Your D3's gentlemen. Oh, eight's cheering fans. Yeah. I seem to remember it is.
All right.
Slappity White's getting extra reroll from that.
That's that chili then. Nicely done. Jimbo up to 4 rerolls. So the kicks landed in a good place. If there had been a blitz there, all kinds of hell would have broken loose. I think the elves would have been in there. They would have blitzed that zombie away and picked up that ball. It's a good job that he didn't roll a 10.
This is what we were talking about earlier with the coach, the chilies and coaching staff occasionally coming into play.
Yeah.
If you just have one, it puts you at a great advantage. But I don't know if that catches on. I mean, is everybody going to start having one, and then suddenly everybody starts having two to sort of match up with that? I don't know.
You've got to spare money. It's quite good because if you've got a lot of cash, it starts adding to your team value. So you may as well use it for something.
Yeah.
Rather than being at a high team value for no reason, because you can't just get rid of cash.
Some coaches would actually just buy them and fire them straight away just to make sure that they stay on that 150k.
Yeah.
It's kind of down to personal preference a little bit.
Okay. So we've got a ghoul standing next to the ball, alongside a zombie, on the top of the screen by the line of scrimmage. Can the Whites equalise? I think that they will. But then it's all down to extra time. I have favour the Zealots.
Yeah, the ball's fallen pretty well for them. If they can pick it up this turn, then they'll be in a solid position. Going for the blocks first, just a push. Mummy striding forward, following up.
We're going to do some errands quickly. Give stuff out.
So no armor breaks for the Undead there. Mighty Blow not good enough on this occasion. Ghoul moves up into position against Dark Elf Lino. Another Ghoul moves up to protect the ball should there be a failed pickup. And with the blitz, he's using a white. Alright, no blitz. Going for the blitz this time. White on a Lino. It's a both down. Lino's not got block. Armor's fine. White moves further into the centre. Right. Ghoul is coming to pick up the ball. He's got it. He's only bloody got it. He's got a little bit of movement left. So the Whites here have picked the ball and are looking to be in a fairly strong position, but it's not an impenetrable defence. The White's going for a foul again, for the third time. Oh my. Alright. They've broken armour and KO'd, but for the third time in the match they've been sent off. Arguing the call does nothing. So there's the only three pitch removals on the White side have been from send-offs. Crazy.
Take that though again.
Will this be worth it? I mean, the Slappity Whites have still got one on the bench, whereas the Sintra Zealots have not got any bench at all. So, if there is a score, they could maintain a numeric value if the Zealots roll below A3. So the Zealots, the Dark Elves, just looking at their best options for attacking the ball here. The options for sacking the ball carrier himself looked kind of uninviting. There's lots of dice rolls involved.
Multiple things I needed to do there.
Commish joining us again after doing the rounds.
Commissioner duties, handing out sexy dice and tokens to the wanting or not wanting.
Those dice are sexy, and they are green to symbolise the fact that my fellow South coach Matt of the Brutal Deluxe scored top on the league phase of the DBL. Oh, touchdown! News just coming in.
Vampires have scored again.
2-0. It's looking a bit bleak for the Lizards.
What turn are we on? What turn 7? It'll be his turn 7 next.
Alright, we're on turn 15 for the Lizards. They have 2 turns to equalise. It's going to be extremely difficult. I think they're going to have to hope for a riot at this stage.
Back-to-back riots. If the Alkies get through, which they most likely are currently, they will be playing off against either the Scarabs or the Gobshites.
I don't know who my money's on. I've got to support the Scarabs because I'm a fellow Southern teammate, but yeah, I don't know.
So what's been going down? Anybody knocked out? Anybody injured? Looks like the Zealots are setting up a defensive.
So there was just to recap, there was a third foul and a third sending off.
Oh dear.
And but by that point, the Slappity White had managed to get the ball in a reasonably safe position. So the Zealots are now sort of trying to sort of poke holes in the defence, trying to find a way in. No easy way to sack the ball carrier this turn.
We're still on turn 9.
Yes, it is turn 9.
Doesn't look like the Dark Elves have moved that much. It's turn 1 second.
Yeah, the Dark Elves maintaining a bit of an elf screen. We're on to Slappity Whites. Turn... Is it turn 10?
It's alright, it's not as bad as it could be. I fouled 3 times, like 3 seconds.
Well, it's a long way from done. I'll say that.
It could be going a lot worse.
At least they have considered smash it. I say to Jimbo every round, they get more stressed. If they win.
Yeah. That's the whole final, right? All the way through. I'll be back. Mate.
Okay.
A couple of whites moving into.
So this is turn 10.
Yeah, we're on turn 10.
Going to try and update this as we go. There's no automation in this world.
Whites are a few whites on the left flank. This is the bottom of the screen, basing the elves.
And the whites need to get stuck in here, don't they?
The ball carrier is actually swapped from the right flank, top of the screen, to the bottom of the screen, left flank.
Both the mummies are deep left, aren't they?
Yes, they're in a good position to pave the way.
They look very religious.
Yes, they do.
Yeah, we'll try and get a nice close-up of the team in a bit. I might really move the camera to have a little look at them in a second, but it's a bit difficult. Once we lose the setup, we lose it for good. So at the end of the game, we'll have a look. These two teams look great.
Yeah, I particularly like those mummies in the form of bishops, you'd say.
So I know that the Undead team is a Kickstarter team. I don't know which one.
Is it Willy or Grebo?
I think it's Grebo Miniatures team. I don't know the name of them. And then the Dark Elf team is a kit bash between a lot of the sort of Dark Eldar models. It's great. I think it's the witches and the linemen, and then there's also a couple of witch elves in there from the fantasy range.
Incidentally, miniature manufacturers, if you want to sponsor the DBL, we will accept miniatures for shout-outs.
We'll accept anything.
Yeah, give me
Scraps.
Just give me bits of plastic.
Empty sprues.
You can make empty sprues into anything you want. I've used empty sprues for making sort of pebbles and rubble before.
Oh, really?
Yeah, painstaking, just clipping tiny bits of sprue into the shape of tiny rocks.
It sounds a bit of a masochistic thing to do.
Yeah, I'm never going to do it again.
No. Once you've done it once, you never really have done it once.
That's the thing. There's been a few things like that in my recent hobbying. Like with my orcs, I've got lots of black and white checkers. I don't think I've got that in me to paint another team with them. I mean, they're not covered in them, but there's at least sort of 2 blocks of checkers in each
you get in the Goblin transfers kit, you get checkers.
Shut up.
Just saying. Long line and you can cut it.
It feels better when you paint it.
Yeah, I've never painted checks or anything.
I think when you're going on curved surfaces and things like that, and you've got like little bumps and things like that, which is it's quite common with the orc team. Yeah, it's better if you paint it, I think.
Back in the fantasy days, painting it, like putting it onto like flags, I never got that. My brain couldn't do that. Incredible skill. Same with Harlequin.
Oh yeah, the diamonds. Yeah.
Never for me. That's too much for me. Do enjoy painting, but that just feels horrible. Okay, so we're at top of turn 10 for the Zealots. Turn 10. He's weighing absorption, so he's got a lot of players on the left flank. Don't really in particular holding them up, and the whites are all on this left flank with the two mummies literally just fronting up to the Dark Elves here. All is secure. And this is on the line of scrimmage in Jimbo's half. Only player on the line who has the marker underneath him. Okay, so he's moving one of the blitzers back. Defensive position, 2 from the mummy there. He's really trying to look to stop players getting through. I imagine he'll probably put another player next to him. busy. Yeah, the chameleon, the lizard men are having a good time against the vampires. Vampires 2-0 up. Cheers, James. Do love the Nurgle, but they don't love me.
I think it's 6 games to really get your team ready.
If I'd not had the deaths, I would have been a lot better off. But with 2 warriors, no skills, I think he had more skills on blockers than I had in my entire team. Not including the skills for the blitzers and the runners. I'm not bitter. I'm not bitter.
What's the commission being bitter about now?
Nurgle. Just being bitter about my Nurgle. And the deaths. All the deaths. Okay, so I'm going to go in. So Elves blitzing. Knocks down.
It's a white.
Knocks down the white, yeah.
So the ball is still in the undead half.
Still undead half. It's the only guy on the line in Jimbo's half of the pitch.
Powering down a zombie.
That's how it goes. Will there be any injuries? I don't think the Dark Elves are injured in the video.
Yeah, at the moment both teams are looking in sort of decent shape to go into the next round.
No deaths is good. But will they make it? So if the whoever wins this game potentially, or has to play Jack and the Amazon Prime.
Oh,
that was set up, yeah.
That was our first round of 16 game
match last week. Yeah, they beat the only Eastern team to make it to the round of 16. They beat the Greenskins. Probably one of the pretty brutal Orc teams. Managed to beat them 2-1 in the last roll of the game.
Yeah, plenty of block on those Black Orcs, I seem to remember.
Lots of block, lots of tackle. Tackle on the blitzes. So great team.
You'd expect them to beat the Amazons.
Yeah. But they did that. So they are through. So whoever wins this gets a taste of Jack Silby and his Amazons.
Lots of blodging fun.
Good game. Yeah. So defense set up. What will the Whites do now? Okay, we are at the top of turn 11.
Whites push forward down the left flank. That's the bottom of your screen.
We will move the scoreboard if it gets in the way. Punches need to start happening, and the less people that get hurt, the more likely the Elves are going to do well in extra time, if they can get there. If they have to get there. If they can deny the score, they're fine.
No armor break there.
No armor breaks.
I think the Whites have got a bit of space there. They've already made a bit of ground.
The issue is the Zealots are so fast, they can just get back and defend. They want to grind their way up.
Yeah. But not too slowly. They will be looking to score in the sort of latter part of normal time.
So when you're done with the Orcs and you're wherever you finish, first, second, third, wherever you finish, what will you be doing next year? Sticking with them, or are you going to move to something else?
No, I think it's got to be something else. I don't know. I'm going to try the Elven Union in this tournament. It's coming up next year. It's
Hard Six tournament, yeah. Super Bowl. Sadly, it's sold out. One of the Hard Six guys, they all sold out that event. But we'll maybe do some coverage there.
just the final score coming in for the Sylvania A&N Karma Chameleons match. So the Sylvania A&N have knocked the Chameleons out. They won 2-0. So that is another Western player through and a Southern player knocked out.
Currently 2 West in the quarterfinals. That's a quarter of the teams West. Currently at the moment, as it looks, the Zealots could be through. So it could be 3 out of 8.
Vampires, I think,
Making us East look not so embarrassing. We're not looking so embarrassing now, the East. God, cross our fingers. That is the Alkies through. So that will be them against either, as I say, the Scarabs or the Gobshites. So the Khemri or the Goblins is actually a more favourable draw than what they've just played.
Yeah, so you'd think that they'll win their next match, really. But there is always bloodlust.
And you know, Tom's a good coach, and Hugh's a good coach. So yeah, Hugh's learned a lot from McPhil. So
yeah, but neither of them
could kill the master.
Yeah, that's the thing. It slows the process.
I'm going to go get a quick update on the Slan Dwarf game.
Commissioner's just doing data entry. We'll get back to the game imminently. The Vampires are the second team to get through in this crazy topsy-turvy DBL. So the Whites will just move forward, nothing particularly happening, no real damage done. It's becoming a bit of a bundle on the left flank, on Jimbo's left flank and on Sam's right flank, right near to the bottom of the screen. Hell of a bundle, there's a lot of guard in there though, the mummies have the guard. So it's going to be interesting. If that ball gets loose, you'd favour the Elves to get it. That is the truth. Over touchdown. Another one to the humans in our friendly ladder match. Looks like the halflings are getting pasted.
So quick update on the Slan Dwarf game. Looks like the score could be on with the Slan. The ball is spilled, and it's in the towards the end of the Dwarf end zone, and there's a few Slan players up there.
Interesting. What do you think?
We may see a touchdown soon.
Imminently. Could be a Westerner out tonight. It could be one.
Let's hope so.
Let's hope so.
Those Westerners need taken down a peg.
South B's got this.
Of course, we've got some more fixtures next. We've got one later this week, and then one.
We've got the Scimitars Dulux.
Two human teams.
On Thursday, which we won't be covering, but I'll post the updates. That'll be interesting. That's going to be tough. I think Matt's going to be. He had a hard game against the Fondlers.
He did, but he came out relatively unscathed, though.
As to be expected. Yeah. I don't think he will do so well against Alex.
Alex is a great player. They're kind of polar opposite human teams. Brutal Deluxe smash their way through.
Yeah.
A lot of work with the Ogre, and then Alex makes power sort of passing plays. Be an interesting match. Or they could just cancel each other out and it'd be boring as hell.
Expect a long one from Alex.
Oh yeah.
Okay, how are we doing? So the Zealots are going for a power. They're hitting the zombie, I believe. They're hitting the mummies. They pushed They pushed the white back, not following up. So they're trying to get near the caves, but they've also just set up a defensive line. Interestingly though, they can always go flimsy, pass for the score. They're always better off getting stuck in, I think.
It's all about positioning in this kind of play.
Okay. Dodges away. Another dodge here away from the zombie. Can we expect a failure? I must admit I'm enjoying this more than doing the WhatsApping.
It's easier on the fingers, isn't it?
It's not, it's just... Okay, we can
It's a
chat
bit more
about,
sociable, isn't it?
chat about other things. I
Yeah.
find when I'm doing the WhatsApp, I just become an antisocial.
Yeah, you basically. I sat there with the Mariners Raiders game, and I was just. My phone was about 100% when I was starting, and it was about 20% when I was done. And I just sat there and had my head down for most of the game. So it is kind of better doing it this way.
It's brutal. The nice thing about this as well is we can just turn the microphones off and go do what we need to do and come back and explain what's been going on.
Yes.
I hope it's going alright. I hope whoever's watching it is enjoying it. I mean, there's a lot of improvements we can make, but for our first go, I think it's gone very well.
Are we just streaming, or are we recording as well?
Streaming and recording to YouTube.
Okay.
We'll go live.
To be able to watch this later on YouTube if you've missed it.
Indeed, yeah. Our plan is then to do sort of 10-minute highlight videos.
Yeah. That's what I meant. Oh, it's on YouTube though. It's saving.
Yeah, so YouTube saves it. We can also record to the machine, but YouTube saves it as a video, and then I have to verify that it's okay to put up.
I see.
Who knows? In 10,000 views time, we may get paid.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. So I don't know. Doesn't sound here.
There's definitely a couple of DBLs
There was 3
watching.
people watching earlier. Okay, so it's the turn 12 for the whites. You can see that's changed. It's going to be a bit of a grind this game. It is a bit of a grind.
I think so.
It was always going to be this.
It's going to be, come turn 7, turn 8 for the Slappity Whites, it's going to be pretty close. Got to get into those positions.
We're currently in a good position now. We probably need to move a couple more squares and they'll be in.
Well, we're on turn 4 of the second half.
Yeah,
They're well inside the half at the moment of the Dark Elves.
Well, they need, as I say, as we keep going back to, what they need to do is start hurting people. If they can't hurt people.
That's it. Thinning out that purple line.
If they can't do that, I think they'll be in trouble in extra time because they're not going for 2 touchdowns. There we go. So white blitzing the kicker is only a push. It is but a push. He's decided to move into that space. So where's the cage going to go now? He's going to go to the other side, potentially. He may have done a dummy on the zealots there.
Oh, interesting.
All 4 goals on the pitch. One with the green band has the ball.
4 ghouls is a handful. It's 4 movement 7 players with dodge. And I mean, you could say the same for the Dark Elves. They've got 4 movement 7, but those players need to be blitzing and blocking and get involved. Whereas the Undead have got some big heavy hitters to do that work. That is a big roll. That's the first casualty of the match.
Big casualty. Down goes the witch.
He's just badly hurt.
That's foul.
Is he using the Apo?
Get off the bench! It's a foul. Casualty. The zombie's been injured. Sorry, the zombie's been sent off.
It's okay. Badly hurt's fine. Badly hurt means that he's back in the reserves.
So she's okay. She avoided her head being cut off.
Sorry.
She's alright.
Sorry.
Her, him, it.
Nobody knows what it is. It's an elf.
It's definitely a
They're
her.
all the same. She looks like a her.
Yeah. I would.
So the witch has gone. She has been fouled off the pitch. The apothecary is gone. The fouling stars. Alright.
4 fouls, 4 sending it off.
Oh really? Is that the
4 fouls, yeah.
Oh wow. I hadn't noticed that. Sorry, that is something else.
4 fouls, 4, yeah. Brutal. We will talk to the Whites coach in a minute, in the next downtime. So the Zealots, they're going to move around. The ball's now in the middle of the pitch for the Whites. Switching up the play, leaving their mummies behind. Interesting to see what they do now. But they do have a semi-cage holding up the ball there nicely. I think that the Dark Elves may be outnumbering.
Everyone I've removed has always been one of my guys. The referee is on fire.
The referee is very aware of what's going around.
He's very strict.
Yeah.
We have a touchdown.
We have a touchdown! Boom, boom, boom!
The Slan, the Hermits, the Sherbet Hermits scoring. It's pretty late in the game over there as well, so I would say against the Dwarf team, the Slan.
For the Slan.
I think so. I think they're likely to go through now.
Although Chris and his Expendables scored a 2-turn touchdown with their Dwarves on Monday to deny the Warhammers. To deny the Warhammers and take it to extra time. So if he can do it,
yeah,
he can do it. Depends if he's got enough turns. I know that he kicked, so he should.
Just a casual glance at the Slan team. There are a few players off the pitch, so the Dwarves will definitely be in the numerical superiority going into this. What will probably be last turn or two.
So Jimbo, how do you think it's been going?
Pretty turd.
Pretty turd. Four fouls off the pitch is pretty bad, to be fair. Really, really unlucky. But it's going to extra time. I don't know how that's going to go.
Elves off the pitch is always good, so I'm happy that they're leaving the pitch occasionally at least.
It's currently 9 against 9? It's 9 on 9, so there's not much of a good advantage, but the 2 mummies there could be quite useful. It's just whether or not you can move them forward, keep moving them forward.
Yeah, it's difficult because they're so frickin' slow.
They are slow. But 4 ghouls.
Yeah, that's why I took them. I thought it'd give me a bit more mobility.
Lots of speed left.
Update on the Slan game. Chris, the coach of the Expended Dwarves, has conceded, and the game is over. So that puts the Slan through, the Sherbet Hermits to the quarterfinals, right? Yeah, just trying to think. But yes, they've had quite an interesting story coming up to this point. They've had lots of interesting interceptions and.
Well, you've been in the same division as him.
Yeah.
So what's been going on? You can explain firsthand.
He's bold.
He's a wild card.
He's bold. He rolls a lot of. He's got an interesting slam team to begin with. He's got no blitzers. He sort of models his play on having disposable linemen and skilling up his catchers really well, having 4 of them quite soon on. But yeah, he's very bold. He rolls lots of high sort of power plays. He's quite happy to roll 2 dice up the hill to try and knock you down, and quite often he comes out unscathed. So fair play to him. He's brave.
You've got to be brave to play the frog, so congratulations to him.
That's it.
The Hermits will either play the Dulux or the Scimitars.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's going to be a good one. Very, very good. I know that Alex is particularly worried about the Slam.
Yes.
We can get a first-hand report from the Expendables. What happened, Chris?
Oh, it all went wrong at the last second. Horribly wrong.
Was it the last turn? You couldn't do anything about it?
It was the last turn. He picked the ball up and he made a massive Hail Mary pass, landed it in the touchdown zone
with a guy
in the touchdown zone. Unbelievable.
Well, you kind of you managed that 2-turn touchdown on last Monday.
That is true. He did deserve the win though. I've been on the defensive entire last half.
But it's tough thing to take. But he is on fire.
He is.
I'd imagine to see him in the semi-finals. I wouldn't be surprised because he's ferocious.
Not at all.
No fear.
Unpredictable.
Very unpredictable. Cheers, Chris. Tough luck, man.
Oh, that's alright. That's all good.
You beat the runner-up from last year, so.
Oh really?
Paul's the runner-up from last year.
Not bad. That was on penalties. They had 3 re-rolls on it as well.
The East didn't get a break. The East just had to die.
Oh, I know.
Oh well.
What's the scores on the doors here?
It's 1-0 to the Dark Elves. It's only 1-0 to the Zealots. But the Whites had the ball. They're looking to score in the final turn, I think. Here, there's a re-roll been burned there for a dodge, I believe. It's getting tight. I have a close wants to go to extra time, but I think the White's going to have to. And the Zealots don't want it to be extra time.
It's going to run into a late one.
So the expended dwarves eliminated. There was only one dwarf team left in the knockouts. 2 of the dwarf teams knocking each other out in the round of 32. The expended dwarves beating the Warhammerers, the runners-up from last year.
That's it for the dwarves then, is it?
There's one left, the Swashbucklers.
Swashbucklers.
Who defeated me, the Rattlesnakes, the Nurgle. So they're through. Very good team. I think it's going to be a tough one for Rory to beat. But it's still 1-0 here. The Dark Elves just had a turnover, so they've had to use a re-roll. But they are looking good in defence. It's 9 against 9, which is not what the Undead want, especially if it goes to extra time.
They need a numerical advantage.
And you're not going to have it when there's 2 players potentially coming back. One's only knocked out.
One's coming back no matter what, and the other one needs a 3-up. What do you think of the trends in the different teams, the different races going out this season? I think you've got no more Skaven. You've still got quite a few. There's one elf team maybe left.
What's that? Sorry.
The one elf team maybe left apart from the Sintra Zealots and there's 2 elf teams at the moment.
Yeah, in terms of elves, the elves, I think if there's any elves left now, if the Zealots get through this, you might expect to see them in the final. Yeah, they've already beaten the Prime a few times. Once he beat him. Yeah, it's true. It's 1-1 for them.
Any races that were doing particularly well, do you think, this season?
The Vampires. I know that Phil's a great coach, but you'd expect with Vampires for things to fall apart.
Technically they're a tier 3 team, right?
Yeah. No, some people argue too. I think they're in between. If there was a tier 2.5, they'd be in it. But
I think maybe with the new rules where you can pick 3 MVPs.
Yeah.
Maybe that's put them into 2,
It really has helped because you don't want it on thralls.
Exactly, yeah.
And it's like the same with Nurgle and other teams similar to that, like even this Undead team. You don't want it falling on zombies, but it does. There's nothing that you can do about it. And it is one of the worst rules in the game, or I think it was. A lot of people would disagree with that, who are Blood Bowl,
the
aficionados, diehards, but the new MVP rule is fantastic.
As a newcomer, a relative newcomer, I can see that it's a good thing. It adds another, it takes a little bit of random away and adds a bit of strategic thinking.
I think it could be improved upon again. We've had chats about this before, but
for example,
only players who've done something should be able to get it.
Exactly, yeah. It's strange that your MVP might be somebody that has done nothing in the game.
Someone's been broken here.
Oh.
Stunned.
Stunned elf.
Mighty blow.
There's a couple of elves being left in the sort of wake of the Undead advance here.
Yeah.
Undead are certainly going to capitalise on that, push forward, leave them behind.
So the ball's switching left to right here. Well, sorry, centre to left. moving left and right. The Bulls.
So the lowermost player that's knocked down, it's the one right above that one.
Yeah, that elf that's on the floor is stunned, which is very, very important. The ball's very safe.
So currently, the ball carrier can see daylight to that end zone, but of course the Dark Elves will reform next turn.
This is whether or not they want to score now. We are in turn 13, which is turn 5 for the half. So it's now top turn 13 for the Zealots. Yeah, I think the Skaven going out was big. The Gits going out, that's the only decent thing the East did. I think not the decent thing, but it's the only thing they did. They stopped the gutter runners in their tracks.
I think there's a lot of hate for Skaven, and I think a lot of it is well-founded, because they're awful.
They can be.
Comments?
Thoughts for that? Skaven are scary, but they die. Elves are much more scary because they're all agility 4. So yes, Skaven only have 4 players who are agility 4. They can really punish you, move at 9, but Elves every day.
I think everybody hates Elves because they can pull something out of nowhere, but at the same time it does require a bit of skill, a bit of thought in order to play them.
Especially Dark Elves. Dark Elves probably one of the tougher ones. Maybe High Elves.
Well, Dark Elves are good. Yeah, they're solid. I think it's harder attacking with them compared to some of the other Elf teams.
Yeah.
They're easier to defend with.
True. I think Pro Elves are probably the hardest to master, but they are probably the best.
If you can get decent levels up,
level ups, yeah.
Because you can have 2 blitzers, which are amazing, and then 4 catchers, which can be equally as amazing. If you get the levels up, decent skill ups, they can be awesome.
Yeah, I think the MVP rule really favours the Elves. Elven Union. Or Pro Elves, whatever you want to call them. And it maybe doesn't favour the others as much. Because Elves are always good. That's why it's so good, the new MVP rule, because an Orc team, it's like fantastic. I put it on my Black Orc every time.
And the Pro Elves have probably got, would you say, some of the worst Elf linemen? Because they're movement 6, armour 7.
Probably.
So you don't let them get MVP basically, so the new rule certainly does favour them.
Yeah, probably the most.
I mean, Wood Elf linemen are still movement 7, right? Is that right?
Yes.
And then you've got armour 8 Linos with High Elves. Whereas Pro Elf Linos they don't excel in any area apart from being cheap.
Very true. We're getting some pamphlets here. We were talking about the thing on Thursday. Yeah, the beer and board games night at the Cavendish. We were there on Thursday night. It's on every third Thursday of the month. It's the 16th of November. We're down there. So Dan, one of our league members, running it.
Yeah, we're taking this.
So every 3 weeks. If you don't know where the Cavendish is, it's near Stockwell. So we go down there most of the time. We play a lot of the Blood Bowl matches there, the DBL matches there, and generally get very pissed because it's a Thursday night. So
it's a good pub.
It is a very good pub. So if you're around and you want to say hello, that is where we live on a Thursday night. So check it out. Head to the Cavendish. I think it's Facebook at the Cavendish Arms, all one word. Yeah, check them out. All right, we're back in.
We're on turn 5.
They've had a toilet break. They've had a little talk to themselves in the bog. Bit of a pep talk.
It's going to be tight. Elves coming around from the left flank, that is the top side of your screen, to sort of back up the defence directly in front of the cage. The Undead are pushing forward.
Just going to update the guys with what the scores are. It's Hermits 1, Expendables 0. Full time. Chameleons 0.
Poor Steve. I want to go give Steve a hug.
Yeah. Chameleons 2, Chameleons 0, Alkies 2.
Only Lizard player in the league.
He was indeed, yeah. So
Lizards are quite sort of are they tier 1 usually? Would you say?
Well, I was just talking to Jimbo about this, and they're a tough team to use. They're a bit like Nurgle.
Low levels, they're a bit tough.
I think that they're a bit better now with the MVP rule, but I still don't think they're as good as Orcs or Undead.
They get those extra 2 strength 4 players, but yeah, they're AG1, and they, that's 6.
You can't afford all 6 of them, and the Corkscrew. You absolutely want the Corkscrew.
And you lack block in a big way to begin with.
Yeah. Exactly like Nurgle and Chaos.
Yeah.
At the moment you can get it, and that's what the MVP rule is great for them, because you can start to get that block on there quickly.
That's it.
Yeah.
I would like to go, if GW released the Chaos team before next season, I would go Chaos.
That's all I can see. Yeah, Chaos would be good. So the rumours were I heard, I'm only hearing little things. The Elves were supposed to be out in September, but I have a funny feeling they delayed it all because of all the Shade Spire goodies and all that, and they're allowed to do that kind of thing now, they move things backwards and forwards, but I don't know if it's a Nurgle team or whatever, there's supposed to be a Chaos team, it's supposed to be all the teams.
Yeah.
Who knows when they're released? Who cares? It'll be good when they're all out, but it's just a shame they can't get more of it out, because I just think it's kind of...
They'll do all of them eventually, won't they?
I think so.
They've even hinted at doing teams that don't exist at the moment.
Well, yeah, if they're doing things like that, I just hope that they truly playtest them. I don't know how much Jervis Johnson's involved in the development of the game anymore.
I'm not sure if he is involved that much, no. So Andy Hoare is in charge of the specialist games now, isn't he?
Is he really? Okay.
I think he's quite influential in how the rules are changing, that sort of thing. I know Necromunda, there's been a few rule changes, certainly there in terms of, quite big ones actually. There's been like the whole model by model turns rather than an entire player turn and then another player turn.
Right. So I thought they'd changed Munda quite a lot. Sadly, for the diehards, and they didn't change Blood Bowl that much really in hindsight.
Yeah, a few tweaks.
So we're into turn 14, we're getting to the meat and potatoes here, so we shall focus down. So it looks like the Zealots have dodged away and formed their defensive line.
Yes, we've got a proper elf cage here. Elf screen rather.
Yeah. It's
difficult to get through.
But not horrific.
Some of those ghouls are quick enough to make a bit of a burst, though. Can they do it?
Is there a turn count on the score?
Yes, we just put a turn counter on there just now, so we turned 14 and got the score. Yeah. It still says Zealots 1, Whites 0, just in case you were wondering. For now. It's not changed. I have the power. We have the power. Okay, so the Whites need to progress forward. They need to get the guy with the ball within scoring range, so that they can then just have that turn where they can push him in and score. Preferably on their last turn, they're going to want it.
Yeah, turn 6 now. So next turn is the sort of I need to get people in scoring positions turn.
Yeah. Or score if need be.
Yeah.
And then hope for a decent defence or a riot or something like that to deny the turn.
Yeah.
Preferably turn 8 touchdown here for the Whites. If they can't do that, then they're at a risk of losing. Because their Elves will try and score in 2 turns.
Listen, we're already 2 hours and 38 minutes into the recording.
We are indeed.
We could go into 3+ with extra time, I'm guessing.
Easily. The game with Mel, Mel's a renowned slow player. I won't point any fingers at him, but it was a 3.5 hour game last time around. But that didn't go to extra time.
I must say the Southern Final was a very long game, but I was extremely pissed by the end of it, so I couldn't think.
The amount of beer we drank was insane.
Yeah.
And Alex left about 4 hours before the end of the game.
I know, it seemed like he left pretty much immediately after he arrived, but he was there a good while. But he did miss most of the game as a result.
Indeed. Cage forming again on the right side, so he's moving a couple of squares each turn, switching between the left flank and the centre of the pitch.
Always good to move into the centre, gives you options.
Especially at this point where there's all the Elves on one side, because I do feel like we're judging them.
A little bit.
I'd never get this far in this competition. Maybe we're Bretonia.
Who
knows?
You've definitely got a shot with the Bretonians. They've got.
But no, my luck, all the knights will die in the first game.
They haven't got any huge weaknesses.
No, it depends who I get drawn against. If I get drawn against a load of bashy teams, I'll be in serious trouble.
Yeah, I think they probably suffer against teams like Orcs because they get out bashed, and the Dauntless won't help that much. You'd have to roll a lot of Dauntless for it to sort of even itself out.
We've got the PS4 division at the moment. It's all elves, 2 Elven Union, 2 Dark Elves, Necromantic, Amazons, Skaven, and then Bretonia. Probably got the bashiest team next to Sam here, who's got the Necromantic. So I'm having a good laugh in there.
It's all quiet on the PC front, unfortunately.
Yeah, I know.
Steve's just started playing, so we've got a few more people, but yeah.
I wish they'd join them all up. That'd be great. If Si and I could join all 3 consoles up, 2 consoles and PCs up, that'd be absolutely amazing.
It seems unlikely, but
that means we never actually have to come out again. We could all just keep playing online.
Yeah, just sit in our respective houses and
in our boxer shorts.
Drinking.
No, not hands down pants.
Well, let's leave that as an option.
Optional
hands down pants.
Western only.
Yeah, Western encouraged.
Western encouraged.
For viewers that aren't familiar with our divisions, we have north, south, east, and west. And the west are known for debauchery and being a bit disgusting. Posting a lot of porn on the WhatsApp group, for example.
Jimbo used to be west. He was converted against his will.
I know, for example.
You started it. It was him and Phil started it. No, he's not west.
For example, Zealot coach Sam Kinge is particularly known for putting quite lewd videos up on the chat involving balls and orifices of various sorts.
Balls and holes.
Balls and holes.
Currently 0 from they all sent off. Every single foul sent off.
Oh yeah, that's insane, isn't it?
Yeah. Jimbo, what are you doing? I told you to keep it in your pants.
I know. Just sprayed it everywhere instead.
Yeah. We're just going over the strange fact again that we've got four send-offs on.
More zombies. You don't need that much on bench.
Actually, you need him.
Yeah, this is why you need a bench of zombies. You're gonna foul.
Turn 13. So 2 turns to go.
Have we had a word from the Sylvania A&N?
Not yet. How did it go? How did your match go?
Well, it was a very composed game from the Alkies from start to finish.
Yeah.
Vamps did well. They kept their bloodlust well in their pants.
They didn't get too carried away.
No, at all. And the Thralls did a magnificent job of being fed to the dinosaurs.
Fed to the dinosaurs and fed to their masters. It's a horrible life.
Indeed, they get it from both ways.
Well, yeah, both ways.
Get it in both ends.
So the turnover touchdown in the first half, how did you manage that one? So you scored with them receiving, right?
Yeah, absolutely. So I kicked short. Unfortunately, it turned out to be a pass back, so he got the ball. And he kind of broke a hole in the middle of my lines. I was quite successfully man-marking all of the Saurus up until that point. But managed to free up a few, freed a hole in the middle, and then made a bit of a break for it with the skink.
Right.
Sadly, couldn't get far enough away from Carol. So she had to go for it twice to blitz him.
Oh, really?
But did so, and then the skink was no more. And then she swooped in, picked up the ball.
Ball loose. Oh, she get the ball as well.
Yep. Then next turn, she did a little shimmy past another Saurus, and then hand off to another Vamp, and then we were off. And by that point, all of the Saurus were marked, the Crocs was marked. He couldn't get enough players back to stop me.
That's the issue with Saurus, isn't it? Because like with some certain big players, like even with Black Orcs, it's a 4-up dodge. So if you really need to do it, with them it's like 5-up.
Yeah, no, you don't even attempt it. You don't even attempt it with the Saurus. So it's very hard for them to reposition. And the turning point in the second half was when I received the kick, and he got a quick snap on the kickoff table, and then proceeded to man mark pretty much all of my Thralls. The idea being then to stop them getting back to support the Vamp so they couldn't feed.
Right.
But it just meant that I didn't move them. They stood next to the Sauruses. Sauruses couldn't get enough down. They were all out of position.
Yeah.
And then they stayed out of position for most of the half.
It just comes down. I think it comes down for you. If them thralls start to die, you start to suffer. And at the moment, I think the best person that's done that to you is Nick.
Oh, absolutely.
Getting around a 32 and it just kind of fell apart. I think if he managed to score it against you at that point, it could have been completely different.
Yeah.
But it was lots of ones rolled, and that was the end of that.
Definitely.
But yeah, if you can't get the thralls down, you're not going to get rid of the vampires.
Very true. I mean, you look at it on paper, and then you think the lizardmen should probably beat up more of the vamps than the Amazons should. But Nick managed to get 5 casualties. The lizardmen managed 1 today, and that's only a miss next game through all.
With against a 4. Ouch.
Yeah, indeed.
That's nice. There's no casualties in this game. Not one. Not one. Best
just
knockouts.
4 sendings off.
4 sendings off. 1 for Astro. No, the witch got killed. The witch got killed.
Actually dead? Badly, okay. You don't overstate it, Mark. No one's impressed. As to say, that would be the second time she's died.
Oh really? Yeah, it's true. No, she got injured. Sorry, Apothecary saved her to go back into reserve.
Excellent. Earning his keep there, very much so.
Yeah, so Apothecary's is gone. So if anybody else gets punched,
we have a surprise guest. Hello.
We're now joined by the other quarter-finalist here, Jerome, head coach of the Hermits.
How do we do?
The Hermits. So what happened? Did you have another cheeky win?
It was not cheeky. I played conservatively.
It was a 1-0 win.
So it was a 1-0 win. I'm ashamed of myself. Yeah. There was only 2 uphill dice in this throw. Yeah. It's unspeakable.
Yeah, it's getting to the serious stuff now. So you got to be.
You can see this look on my face, man.
He's not enjoying the fact that it's getting to the serious stuff.
Yeah.
So you're through against one of the human teams.
So
you'll be playing either Alex.
My rival. Yeah. Come on, Alex.
You got Alex to
win. We need a game, don't we? I love you, Alex.
Okay, with a little stuff riding on it. Jesus.
Oh, so when are they gonna play? Will we know Thursday.
Yeah, so Thursday you will know. Yeah, I don't know when they're playing, I'll let you know. But yeah, the Dulux and the Scimitars are playing Thursday, so that will decide who you are against. Who do you fancy? You fancy them both? Get to the finals?
I always think I'm going to lose.
That's the secret. That's the secret to it.
So I don't fancy either.
I think if you get to the finals, mate, everybody will love it.
Phil said if he faces me in the finals, he'll surrender. Yeah? Are we hearing this, Phil? Yeah? We're going to say this on air. If I get to the final versus you, you surrender.
No, indeed. I promised Jerome that if the Hermits make it all the way there, then I'm just going to have to bend over and take it.
Heard it from the horse's mouth there.
There we go. So it could be a walkover in the end.
Good indeed.
Highly unlikely. Thank you for having me. Goodbye.
Alright, so how are we? I think we're into turn 15 here with the Whites. I think it's getting pretty crucial now. It's turn 15. Will they score this turn? So the Zealots have set up fairly decent defence. Will they run through?
There's one halfway.
Wowza. Big punish. Nah, it was a Kaz. Who was that for? The guard. Dark Elves down. Oh dear. Hey! Oh wow, you just missed something.
Right, what's happening?
Mummy's just run in, blitzed the guard lineman, gone down, killed him.
Killed him?
Dead.
Oh,
brings another
God.
Which brings a zombie back for the Whites, which could be big.
Oh, zombie dark elf. That's one of the best kinds.
So that apothecary we were saying earlier, that apothecary could be crucial being used. So we have a dead dark elf.
Yeah, that's
you don't now become part of the Whites team.
You don't want to lose a skilled player at this point in the game, especially a guy with guard.
Ooh, that's not nice, that.
Here comes the blitz. Sorry, it wasn't the blitz, it was a block. Coming into this turn too late. It's crucial. Blitzing the blitzer.
Is the cue ball with the same ghoul still?
Isn't it? Has not moved. He's been in possession since the kickoff.
So for the viewers at home, the cue ball is here.
Yeah. Let's see. I think I'll bring my gold token next time to see how who's in possession of the ball. All glittery and lovely. Jimbo weighing up his options. I think he's weighing up whether to score here or not.
I mean, he's on turn 6, is it?
It's either to blitz and score or just score.
Or just score, yeah. Turn 7. It's turn 15. Determining whether to blitz and score or just score.
Wrestle.
It's 1-1.
The two-edged sword of league.
It's 1-1. It may or may not be extra time. The Zealots are going to have to score.
It's definitely extra time.
Zealots have 2 turns.
Extra time confirmed. Not really though.
We have to get another bit for this, I think.
And it's good.
The ladder game finished earlier at 3-0 to the Stormdorf Saints. That's the humans against the halflings.
3-0.
Oh, and the coach walks away from the field.
Poor George.
I've been told that the coach Tom will not be using humans in any future tournaments or leagues. This is merely for fun. He'll be using the High Elves in the next series tournament we're coming up against, and the following league as well.
High Elves, is he? Great.
Yeah, he's converted a nice looking High Elf team from the Elf Shadow Warriors from Old Hammer.
Old Hammer.
And they look pretty damn good.
I mean, to be honest, I've taken a lot for the game. I think
Okay, what do we think then?
Yes.
I think we're going to be here for another hour or so.
So the Dark Elves turn 7 next, so they could do a 2-turn touchdown. It's very possible.
They definitely could. They're conferring with other members.
I think
Jimbo will be ready for it though.
Slappity White have still got 11 men on the pitch, right?
It's 1-1. One turn. Turn 15. So let's have 2 turns. Potentially.
You've still got 4 rerolls and 2 turns.
Remember, they don't recharge an extra time.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, he's got 4 rerolls.
So the Whites are keeping those rerolls.
That could be a tactical decision that really makes this game.
Playing for the South?
How many of us are still in?
Fucking hell. Well, just to the round of 8, just
I believe
I think you're the only one.
we have the best food. Yeah.
You and Phil are the only ones through anyway. So.
And Jack.
Jack, yeah. 3 out of 8 decided.
So Zons, Vamps, and Frogs are through to the quarterfinals. Is it 2 West, 1 South?
Just discussing which teams are through in our quarter-final rounds. We've got some interesting teams. It's shaping up to be quite interesting quarter-finals. We've got the Slam, the Vamps, and the Amazons. Not your sort of bread and butter teams, really.
Not what you'd expect to get through, but it's a crazy game. And the thing is when teams start to develop differently, so the Slam develop very well, the Vampires develop very well, the difference between them.
Yeah, that Vamp team has got out 4 utter beasts on it.
Yeah.
They're really skilled up. It's going to be difficult to stop them.
Yeah. Here we go. Can the Dark Elves score in 2 turns? They're down to 10 players. Because of that regenerated zombie, the Whites have got 10 players. one of the Undead has returned. One of the Dark Elves has returned.
Oh, do you get to use him straight away?
Straight away with Undead, yeah.
I did not know that.
Bow then!
That was handy.
That's what I say, it's very handy for Jim.
Yeah, I did not know that. It's never happened to me when I've been playing Undead before.
Rotters can't die, but when they do die, they don't regen. They don't turn into zombies. If they're already dead.
That's a good excuse.
They just go turn into a puddle of mud.
Is Nigel still alive?
Sorry?
Is Nigel still alive?
Nigel's been destroyed. The whole Nurgle team's been eaten by Grandpapa Nurgle. Finished off, he got really upset at them losing in it.
Zombies straight away.
Yeah, I didn't realise that. Yeah.
That's why he's got 11 players now, because one zombie's just going to it's not the case you use them next game, straight away.
Oh yeah, no. So with Nurgle, you get them straight away. Sorry, with Nurgle, you get them in the next game, but you can have as many as you want. So if I kill 5 players, I get 5 rotters that I can get for free. But like Jimbo gets them, or Undead and Necromancer get them instantly, but they can only do 1. Only do 1. Pretty tasty.
We've got some shout outs from the DBL crowd on the WhatsApp.
I do.
Fellow Northerner Rory is certainly cheering on Jimbo. And we have some predictions.
Predictions, here we go. I like those.
Ollie reckons it's definitely going to extra time.
Ooh, yeah. Everybody's going, come on Jimbo. Blitz! Oh, we have a blitz for the Whites. What are they going to do?
That is not ideal for the Dark
Opportunity to hit
Elves.
something, isn't it?
There's 3 of the zombies that are in front. They're from here. They're the same colour as that.
The mummies have moved to the flanks, I guess, to stop players from getting through so easily. The blitz is really helping out here.
It's often a good tactic because often looking as an attacking team, the best place to break through is the flank.
Yeah.
Difficult to counter, especially for a slow team. So if you put your strong players on the flanks, it's difficult to break through.
Where do you think the blitz is coming? I'm trying to work it out.
Oh, who knows? There's a good few skilled up Dark Elf blitzers. It could come from anywhere. I guess it depends on how well the initial sort of line of scrimmage block goes.
Yeah, I was looking for the back. Going back in defence is huge, I think. If it gets through, there's people to defend there. We're talking with quiet voices here so that we don't skew the results or inform the players of the ideas. Well, I don't think our ideas are potentially any good, but
No, I talk a lot of nonsense.
we'll just keep talking until we run out of words.
Yeah.
Alright, here comes. So the mummy, the white, smash the lino with the mummy assist.
Coming next week? Yeah, I know. Oh, you got your. It's on the 13th. You've got your game. Yeah, I'll see you there then. I know. Could be a tricky game for both of us, I think. Yeah.
So good for the South B. I think all 3 of them will get through, but that's just my opinion.
South B are strong.
South B is very strong. South B, West B. It's getting very tense. It's now turn 15 for the Zealots. They want to get the score, they don't want to go extra time. Will it happen?
So they're going to break through pretty quickly here, I think.
Yeah, there's a mummy in there, ghoul, deep in defence.
Commissioner, plug your channel quickly. What's the channel?
DBL Official on YouTube.
Plug there.
I think. I hope.
It's the anti-stunty channel.
Anti-stunty. Stuntiest. We are stuntiest. We hate stunties in this league. You're not welcome.
I have nothing against stunties personally.
Was it me? I don't know.
Well, you chose it, didn't you?
Alex's chant. The pale, the dead, they'll fuck you in the head.
That was the highlight of my game. Where I left my ball carrier back there. I rolled 3 double skulls in a row.
Shape of the game here is still looking pretty flat on that line of scrimmage.
Yeah, nobody's broken through yet. Somebody needs to get within 7 squares of the end zone, or 9 squares effectively.
I think I need to play you again.
Don't forget those GFIs, Mark.
Well, we always want them. But it's tough for the Zealots now because they've got 1 reroll and they're not getting any back. Against the Whites with 4. But the Elves need rerolls. Here we go.
When I'm on the receiving end, so I'll be trying to use it for.
It's like slightly kind of like chaos.
Dark Elves going for the blitz.
Chaos.
That's a pow.
Powered him down on the right flank.
No. Not when you're all pals.
Armor's fine.
Okay, let's think about goals, only armor 7, no regen.
No regen for ghouls.
No regen. They die. Nothing to save them. So this has gone deep.
That's 1 Dark Elf in a scoring position.
Yeah.
So it takes turn 7. And he moves into position.
Can Jimbo hold on to the 1-1 draw?
Sparrow's got nothing on Jimbo.
Just hit the 3-hour mark on this game.
We've been streaming for a while.
You start rolling for fatigue after a while, do you?
You don't get your rerolls back.
Tiny drops.
+1 to each dice roll.
I think it's huge. Are they that big?
It's like iPad Pro.
He's compensating for something.
Having a small phone?
Small data plan.
Yeah, you got to fill up the space on that.
Means you can get in and out without noticing, you know.
I like that stealth. Middle of the night. Get what you need done.
Quick and dirty is no problem.
What are the Elves doing here? Have a dodge.
4 4.
There we go.
It's always good.
They're going to move a lot down that right flank.
That's 2 elves, 2 Dark Elves in a scoring position, technically.
Where's a wizard when you need one?
Banned, of course.
Well, I didn't ban it. Games Workshop banned it.
Well, kind of, yes. They haven't released the rules for it.
It's not in the rules anymore.
Possibly Death Zone 3.
Don't even talk, don't even joke.
Oh yeah, sorry, I shouldn't mention multiple volumes of rules in front of the vets here.
It's not a vet, it's just the amount of time and effort we all put into making sure that what rules to use out of Death Zone 1 and 2 is weeks. Nightmare. It's a nightmare, James.
Start, Commissioner, you can make the rules like yourself.
I tried to.
2 plus kids only.
Try my best.
Looks like we're seeing some leaping activity on the left flank. That's the top of your screen. The leap is good.
Oh, and dodges away.
Dodge is good. So that is 3 Dark Elves in a scoring position.
This could all fail if they don't pick up the ball.
He doesn't want to hear it.
Whites are in a dodgy position from going from such a strong position from the blitz. It's not looking good. Leaping, blodging, Dark Elves.
Yeah, there's
3 blitzes in both wide zones. Eek.
Witch Elf's coming to pick up the ball, moving 1 square. She's got it.
Ball is retrieved.
Classic
Got the
Elves.
ball! He's got the ball! The ball's been highlighted.
Definitely not.
Kind of looks like a disc of Zeech, that marker you put underneath
It's
the
a little bit. It's assisting the. It's a discus Slanesh.
Ah,
Yeah.
one of those.
How many turns do the Undead have after this?
1.
Just the one.
Uno.
So there's no danger of an Undead turn over.
No, it's their turn 16 next in an extra time if it gets to it.
So the question is, do you throw it now or do you throw it on the last turn? So I throw it the last turn, then you've got to wait. Make the
I think
ball
so.
safe now and then throw the last turn.
I think so.
I would never have done that. It's crazy.
You'd have leaked at least 3 times as many models.
What are you chatting about?
I've done a Gareth Bale and got off the side of the pitch.
Yeah.
Come back in.
Boomerang.
Comes a dodge. Dodging away. The kicker and a normal lineman standing next to the Witch Elf in possession.
The dodging has been pretty standard for the Dark Elves this game. Oh, yeah, it's not a 1. I think it's probably been about 1 in 6 on average. You know, I think give or take, maybe just in favour of the one the Dark Elves.
It's easy. Look at this. Being an elf. An amazing life.
Oh, that's a 1.
And we let it go. Whoa.
There's a turnover.
That is a turnover.
Armour is safe.
Okay.
I was going to say that guy might as well be invisible if you want to stop it. So I just use it.
Right, now Slappity White.
This is a big turn.
They have to put an pretty excellent defence up, I feel, in order to stop the score here.
They're running backwards.
It's turn 16.
Who's going to get blitzed? That is the question.
Very good question. So there needs to be tackle zones on players here, and then one of them needs to go down. Try and say these things quietly. I think Jimbo knows this.
Yes, he's more informed than we are.
I think he knows this.
I'm learning that. It's great.
So what are the skill bands? Those 3 are all blodgers, all 3 of them.
Blodger. There's a blodger there.
2 blodgers, actually.
So they're all blodgers.
Yeah, they're all blodgers. The one with the yellow band's got leap.
Are all 3 in the scoring position, scoring distance?
Yeah.
There's one on the crease that's got 2 GFIs.
Yeah, so this is the blitzers. We've got the leaping blitzer over there. The one with the blue and red band is the one with tackle, and the others just have dodge. And then there's one other with nothing somewhere. Don't know where she's gone. He's gone. She's gone. There's some androgynous. I don't know what they are. It's not obvious. Here we go. Wow.
It's been destroyed by it.
I think, yeah, if that guy stays unmarked, could be the tasty play.
You've got to do the 2 stages.
Plays a marked out. The blitz is going to have to come in. He's not going for the ball. He's moved the zombie up to the kicker.
Steve's being very gracious in defeats.
Both down.
Why did you do that to poor Steve?
I just throw all the life out of complete control it turn by turn.
But he can hear you.
Yeah.
Turns into a wrestling.
It felt like the Lizard game that Steve didn't get a break.
It's a very tough league actually, because the Dulux just was so lucky against him. I think he should have finished top of that division. But Matt just rolled ridiculous dice.
Yeah.
Ridiculous dice. He should have been 2-0 up. And he just, every single time he got near the end, it was a 2 dice uphill or a 1 dice block on the ball carrier and then let it loose. Anyway, what's going on here? We've got
The blue one's a tackler.
That's more than half the go for this
Stop being pushed.
The white's using a reroll to go for it there.
I think that was a goal. Goal in deep defence, had to use the reroll there.
I can't wait to see what
White's
Sam
down to
does.
3
I love a
rerolls.
good elf play.
Yeah. Explosive elf play.
It's going to be interesting.
One saving grace.
Hey! What's up, man?
And then we'll offer
Undead are coming back in force to try and make the
Very nice indeed.
pulling away and dodging more difficult for the Dark Elves.
Try and make it as difficult as possible by the looks of it.
Just increase the amount of dice they have to roll.
Yeah.
Listen, Blood Bowl's not easy. If it was, everyone would play it.
Everybody would win 3-3. 3-0 or something. Oh, but to score more than one touchdown.
Sixes now as well.
Surely the one with Bender.
I wish I could time that.
Taking that guy off that dark elf marker. Now he's open.
Final turn of the game. Regulation time. We may all see extra time if this does not go in. I don't know if we're going to have the time for it.
It doesn't need to, you're not even marked. Which isn't marked. So the first thing is going to be hand off to him. Halfway.
Yes.
And then it'll be the guy who hasn't got a tackler next to him because he can dodge. So it'll be 3 up, 2 up.
Table flip.
So right, we've got to record it. We can put it back to how it was.
Absolutely. Because if you fluff the hammer,
Destroy
then your player isn't dead.
We're going to have flipping the board here. Jim Most wants to flip the board. We can put it back to how it
It's going
is.
into extra time, isn't it?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. You did not see anything.
Because that one has to.
We're not sure what's going on here. It's got pretty tense.
Are we able to do any graphics on that?
In what ways do you mean graphics?
Can I highlight a player?
No.
That one there is the key one.
Yep.
It's got to go like that to there. Somebody's already needs to be here. He then does his full move, goes for as much as possible, and then what's that? Medium pass?
Small, yeah. Either long or
A 3 up or a 4 up and then 2 up.
Yeah.
But then this one here, this is the one that has to do it because of him there, he's got tackle. So 3 up, 2
Yeah,
up.
there's a dark elf right above the scoreboard who can move. He's having an eye on what to go.
Tense.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, there's ways to make it easy, but it's
Shout out those dice rolls. What do you need?
okay, so
He blitzes
I mean,
clear. He blitzes clear.
I can dodge this guy out, potentially get a push on him with dodge him out to cancel that assist, dodge him out, blitz there, go for a push, hand off, lastly, there's too many players outside there, all sounds
Okay, here we go.
That's Pete's curse.
Yeah. Peace curse, go for it.
Is this the one? Is it always on?
It's always on.
I'm very erect right now. This is quite exciting.
The lesson here to learn is don't go for it. Unless you absolutely have to.
Yeah, GFI is not something you should take for granted. Even if you've got sure feet, it's something you should do when you absolutely need to.
Even then with sure feet, it's not that bad. Sure feet, I'd do it, but only to score.
Yes. Or get in a really, really good position, but don't do it casually.
Yeah, true.
Downfall of a lot of Chaos Dwarf teams, I imagine.
Yep. Alright, here we go.
So we're looking at a bit of dodging out for this Dark Elf Blitzer at the top of the screen with the yellow band.
You Leaper, red and yellow band. Leaper's going for it. Three up dodge.
First dodge is good.
Three up dodge.
Second dodge
Fail.
is a fail. He's got a dodge skill. It's fine.
He's used his dodge now. Dodges again.
Oh.
You got a team reroll. Oh yeah,
He could.
Sorry. I have to use it. Well, the idea we could have saved it for the fucking. I wasn't gonna. My plan was to use the drive for the like. You've got one.
Reroll goes. Wasn't off. Here we go. First GFI passed. Second GFI passed.
He's in the end zone, ready to receive.
1, 2, 3, 4,
Witch Elf's going for the dump off.
Oh. Witch Elf fails the first dodge. Oh my god. Passes the second dodge. Getting ready to hand off.
Ones are being rolled here.
2 up handoff.
Oh!
That settles it over. That's extra time.
That is indeed extra time. Do we have the time for extra time? No. 30 minutes. Wow. Full time. Not in half an hour.
What time's it now?
Half 10.
Half 10. No way.
It's an extra time. That's dynamite.
We're currently discussing rescheduling the latter part of this game. We're down to extra time. It's 1-1. But we have about half an hour left in this venue, so we can't finish the game.
Well, so you got until like next 2 weeks to So you could polish it off next week or a week after.
Stick it out!
Jerome is making some loud noises.
We'll take a picture. We got it on stream.
We're resetting now anyway.
Pressure!
I appreciate it.
So the Zealots have no rerolls, and the Whites have 3, which is big. So there's only one. There's one dead. Yeah, one dead Dark Elf. 4 sent off characters. Anyway, we'll switch back. I think that's the game there. So that was fairly intense.
It certainly was.
Wasn't very eventful.
Yeah, apart from those sort of turn 7, turn 8s, when people needed to get in the right positions, and
yeah,
that last turn was full of drama. You know, he needed a lot of rolls to go right, and most of them did, but didn't get it.
It was
all right.
very close. It was almost too many 2 pluses.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was the best way to score.
Maybe not.
It could have worked. A couple more 2 pluses and it would have been. I think it would have been a 3 up pass, 2 up catch. Yeah. So if you'd done that 2 up, 3 up pass, 2 up catch.
Yeah.
So not too bad.
Not too bad at all, but oh well. So we're looking at extra time. Who do we sort of favour in this situation?
You know what? I favoured the Zealots, but now they've got no re-rolls. I mean, unless they roll favourably on the kick-off table, they won't get any more back.
Yeah, the Sappity Whites don't have a bench anymore, so...
No, but they're going to be man down 10 players against 11 now because they've regained that zombie. They've regained the zombie. It's 11 against 10 with 3 re-rolls.
3 re-rolls, that could make the difference. If it's a very slow extra time when nothing much happens, those 3 re-rolls going into penalties.
Yeah,
who knows?
It's just whether or not the Whites can score. If the Zealots score, then pressure's on because the Zealots will receive first. If they can't score in 4 turns, then the Whites will have to try and do the same.
I think that in that
situation,
situation,
if they do score, the Whites' pressure's on. So, and if it goes to penalties, if he's still got any re-rolls left, theoretically he should win.
Theoretically,
it hasn't worked that way so far.
No, I think in the last penalty shootout there were a couple of re-rolls saved at that point, and I don't think either of them worked. I'm not quite sure who that was, but
yeah. Yeah, we got some re-rolls saved. Anyways, thank you for joining me on this insane stream.
Hopefully you'll tune in next week when we've got myself and Chris playing in an Orc-Off, yeah.
That should be a rumble. Hopefully we have a lot more casualties, a lot more deaths.
Maybe on one side, which isn't mine.
Yeah, not yours. Alright, mate. Thank you very much for watching. It's been a long slog again. So take care. Bye.